Winners don't use drugs.
What's up? Happy Saturday. Hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving week and post week. Death Wish month. Holy shit! I can't say Death Wish month.
Oh, right.
Death Wish month continues. It spans 2 months. Part 4. And Chris, Vinny, Tommy,
Yeah.
Brutal, Adam. Thank you guys.
Hell yeah.
Man, where else would I want to be on December 7th, the day that will live in infamy?
Oh.
And with all of you fine gents here and to watch some Death Wish.
Yeah.
Movie month,
Oh,
to
yeah.
celebrate that as well. So yeah,
Celebrate Death Wish month.
Did I miss something that happened today?
What's up, RR? How you doing?
All right.
Hey, RR.
What up?
What's up?
What up?
What's up, Frank? How you doing, man?
Hey,
up,
Frank.
No, it's not about Special Dead. Frank, read the title of what you're watching. It's
Now you expect him to do some kind of research on this?
But it's Death Wish month. There's no interruptions in Charles Bronson's fucking motives.
Yeah, it's just a continual wish for death. I can relate. Yeah, dude, I was surprised. Like, we missed out. A couple of us missed out on last week's 3, and we were all told, how it's cartoonish, how it gets to the like really ridiculous.
You've never seen 3 before?
I don't believe so. No.
Oh man,
you missed the best Death Wish of all times.
It's on Tubi.
This
one's pretty good, dude.
Go back and check it out.
Yeah. I was pleasantly surprised because, like, for me, number 2 is probably the best in the series so far, but 4 gave it a pretty good run for the money. Like, I was really impressed.
4 and 5, I've seen 1, 2, and 3 a whole bunch of different fucking times, but 4 and 5. I'd only seen them once a piece, and I jumbled them up together. They bled into the same movie for me, basically.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Part 3, man. You did it wrong, man. You're the sticker.
Part 3?
Yeah, I'm the sticker, and you're the sticker.
Part
3.
4 and part 5.
No, but we're talking about part 3 here, man. Some of the greatest lines of all times. And Chris is saying part 2 is better. Who's smoking crack on this panel?
Right?
Part two is the best. One and two are the best. I will say that. But I changed my opinion about this one watching it a second time. It's better than I thought it was. Part 5, I'm dying on this hill. Part 5 is garbage. I'm dying on this hill.
It's the soccer ball.
It's the soccer ball, dude. Once you start busting out weapons that Wile E. Coyote would have, that would blow up in his fucking face. Or an exploding crack pipe, like in this movie, like they say.
You guys give up, or you're thirsty for more?
Yeah, once your weaponry is supplied by Acme, you lose me in the fucking in the moment.
Well, you know what? You say what you want about this one taking a step down from part 3, because I don't care. It did. He starts right off when you see him. Who are you? Death.
Yeah, I love it.
It's a great line.
Yeah, that the opening scene, of course, there's a grape about to happen. Grape is about to be popped.
That's why I said, man, it's not a Death Wish for that one.
And he's there in his spiffy new leather trench coat to break it up.
Yeah.
Dude,
I like that he's still getting tormented though from like the same shit that happened to his wife, his daughter, all that. It's there. It's always there. So he's ready to kill.
Well, these movies are basically fucking Groundhog Day for him over and over again.
I know.
Don't drive angry.
I mean, really, at this point, they could do a spin-off series called Grape Wish, where every crime committed is a grape.
Well, none of the women in his life were graped in this one.
Yeah,
True.
they need a trading card.
They couldn't survive, of course.
Yeah, all the dead women in his life and Kersey's life need to be like trading cards.
Well, only one survived, so God bless him.
Yeah.
Oh, the one who got the fuck away from him.
Yeah, she dumped his ass.
She's like, wait a minute,
One in part
he's a killer.
2.
I'm out.
The only smart one, the one in part 2.
Yeah. God, dude, I also love the cinematography in this one when they were showing, like, invoking that sense of like chaos, where they go into the arcade and then they cut it to like really close up shots of the kids in the bumper cars, and then they go back to the pursuit, and then they go back to like the two dudes arguing.
Yeah.
The direction was really good in this one. I thought a lot of good shots.
Kind of gave me anxiety. I was like, well, what the fuck? What's gonna happen?
I want to see who. All right, I know that the one who directed the first two, I know is Michael Winner.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who did part 3. I'm pretty sure it's not the same guy who did part 4 though.
Oh.
3. Let me see. Oh, okay. The same guy directed the first 3. So he did part 4.
Oh, this guy the one from 4, John
J. Lee Thompson.
Yeah, John Lee Thompson. He was in a bunch. He did a bunch of other movies with Charles Bronson, Murphy's Law.
Yeah, probably all canon movies, right?
Yeah. 10 to Midnight.
Yeah, these are probably all canon movies.
So cocaine movies?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Oh, if you want to see, if you want to see movie makers at their most coked out, watch Ninja 3: The Domination.
Oh, this director, he also directed Battle for the Planet of the Apes in '73.
Oh shit!
The movie Ninja 3: The Domination. This girl, she's like a fucking telephone worker. Like she's like climbs the telephone poles to fix the thing. She gets possessed by a ninja and becomes a ninja.
I know. It's the best ninja movie out of the whole group. I don't know why you're.
I like 2. I like Revenge of the Ninja.
The Domination.
Uh-huh. Oh, they also did The Evil That Men Do. They did those together as well. And
more movies where he shoots people.
Yeah, Messenger of Death. It's another Bronson one. He worked with Bronson like friggin' 8 times.
Oh, so he was
likes his actor, yeah.
Oh, and Chuck Norris.
Johnny Depp in a fucking Tim Burton movie, pretty much.
Yeah, this guy also he directed Firewalker with Chuck Norris.
Oh, imagine a Bronson Chuck Norris team up.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
I never saw Firewalker. That was him and Louis Gossett, right?
Yeah, it was in '86. It's on Tubi.
I've seen parts of it on TV, like back in the day.
Very cool.
Wait, Tommy, there's 2 of you?
Remember, he was going to his computer.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Weird.
Conquest
of. So if I kick from studio, it's not going to kick the other Tommy coming in, right? Okay.
Hopefully not.
Okay. Just checking.
Well, welcome back.
Oh, he did the original Cape Fear. This guy.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Is that the one with De Niro?
Robert Mitchum.
No, Robert Mitchum.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and what's his face? The other dude from To Kill a Mockingbird. What the hell's that actor's name with the dark hair?
I don't know. Those are 2 fancy movies. I watch movies like the Death Wish movies and the stuff.
Well, they're all entertaining.
Stuff. Yeah.
I just watch garbage movies.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Detachment or whatever.
Uncivilized movies. What's
Dude,
that?
that movie. Do not watch that movie. Like, it's not a bad movie, but it's like it's a feel bad.
Wait, was this the movie where the girl was showing her asshole?
No, this was this had Adrian Brody as a teacher.
Okay.
And it had Christina.
Yeah, you told me about this one before.
Yeah, you lost me at Adrian
Brody.
I'm good.
Yeah, no, he was actually pretty good in this. It's just, it is it's like The Road. Like, I watched The Road and I had to take a shower afterwards.
He's the real life version of Ichabod Crane.
Yeah, he is. He's got that giant toucan Sam schnoz, and then he's got like a little rooster neck.
Yeah, you don't have a nose. You got a fucking beak.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he was oh shit, not Brody. What the hell was he in Mallrats?
Adrian Brody?
Was it Adrian Brody?
Mallrats? No, he wasn't.
Okay, it wasn't.
No, that was Jason Scott Lee, I think. And
I thought
not Jason Scott Lee. Jason Lee.
Jason Lee. Oh yeah.
Jason Scott Lee is the dude who played.
God damn, really? That's not the same guy. They
look. Oh yeah.
No,
Adrian Brody's the dude with the fucking huge ass nose.
Yeah, Jason.
Yeah, he was in the piano.
My Name Is Earl.
My name is Earl.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason Scott. That's right.
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
who I thought it was.
Yeah,
That's
Jason
who I thought
Scott
it was.
Lee is the Asian dude. He's the one who
They all
played
look
Bruce
the same.
Lee.
That's right.
Says
You
the
speaking
one
about your own people like that, man.
Jesus. Damn.
Hey, a good rule of thumb with Asians is every other Asian group hates each other.
Juke of Earl.
Yeah, Microsoft like that one. That was my Xbox gaming handle.
Oh fuck.
But all right. So this one is a bit of a step down from part 3, but yeah, like I said, watching it again, I did enjoy it.
Mhm.
The only explosion I remembered from watching it the first time was that horrible explosion in the restaurant where Danny Trejo was there.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
blew up a photograph of of Uncle Rico Trejo. They exploded.
Chachi Trejo.
Chachi Trejo.
Yeah, it's Danny Trejo with Chachi hair. It looks
Yeah,
fucking awful.
Oh Jesus!
Danny Trejo with a haircut like Janet from Three's Company.
Mm-hmm.
Big time. I never forget a face.
We had to watch it twice because we were all laughing.
It was hilarious.
But that was the only explosion they cheaped out in this. They got heavy with it at the end.
Must have been like reshoots or whatever.
Oh yeah,
Well,
that
it
definitely had a reshoot look to it.
Yeah.
It had a CW TV show type look to it when it went on.
Yeah, that was so bad.
Holy shit.
But everything else,
effects weren't
nothing
very
really
special.
looked bad in this movie. I wouldn't say like in part 3 there were obvious dummies they were throwing from the roof.
Well, there was an
that guy-
obvious one in this one.
Yeah, they threw that black guy right onto the limousine.
No, I saw arms waving. It didn't look as bad as the part 3 dummy.
The original cut when you see the first time when you see it like falling off the balcony like that.
Oh,
It's a
you
real
can see
stiff
the
mannequin.
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
okay.
there's two cuts they do, and then there's like the other one that falls on top of the car, and then they put him in. But
Yeah,
yeah,
because right before he hits the car, you see his arms flailing.
yeah. The initial dummy was like Benny Hill, like one of those.
Those
I
are
was
the
gonna
types
say
they
that-
had in part 3.
Mhm.
I want to say also that they had that guy. He's been in a few movies with Chuck Norris and shit. So he was in one of the missing actions where they had Chuck Norris was missing in action in the beginning.
Which guy
So,
was it? Which guy?
The Asian
went out
guy
the
who
window?
the
Oh,
Asian
okay.
guy who's the cop.
Yeah,
The,
the
who's the
Okay.
cop,
Yeah,
cop,
he was in the Highlander TV series too. He's been in a
Yeah,
lot.
he was
Yep.
a voice in Milan. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, I've seen him and stuff before. I can't remember what, but I know I've seen him before. There's like a bunch of guys in that guy with the beard. That guy was like the fucking guy who held up the store in RoboCop, and RoboCop puts him through the glass. There's a lot of people oh yeah, Tommy, the fucking don't fuck this up, Mitchell from
Oh yeah.
from
3 o'clock
3
high.
o'clock high. Yeah. We were just watching a movie not too long ago that guy was in too, and I can't remember what it was.
Which one?
The old man, the one who set
No,
up
I
Kersey
mean,
in
you
this.
can't remember which movie.
The old man who set up Kersey in this was in. Yeah, he's been in a shit ton of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Shocker was in this. The dude who
Yep.
played Shocker was in it
Yeah.
for 5
B.F.
seconds.
Skinner.
Skinner.
Yeah.
Love it.
But yeah,
Mitch
so
Pileggi.
all right, let's go through star power of goons. So part 1 you had Goldblum. Part 2 you had Fishburne.
Mm-hmm.
Part 3 you had Bill S. Preston Esquire.
Mm-hmm.
And in this one we got Danny Trejo.
Yep.
Even though Danny Trejo might be 4'11", he's still more believable as a gangster than Bill S. Preston fucking Esquire.
I
Yeah,
agree.
unless he comes with tacos.
Mm-hmm.
The only way he's convincing is if he's in a gang full of like hair metal vampires.
I was thinking of Con Air.
I thought you were going to say a gang full of gay metal vampires. And I was going to. Do you want taco flavored Casey's?
But that's all we got at Danny Trejo. He's in like 2 scenes.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not really like there the way the other ones were. Like,
No, not at all. But it was funny.
Like even Bill S. Preston Esquire was getting into the grapes in part 3.
The dude that was leading the mafia type guys, the one with the suit and the tie.
Yeah.
I thought he was actually pretty decent. He really did have that greasy, like Goomba look.
Yeah.
Vinny can back me up on this one.
He looked more Indian than Goomba, but
Yeah, he kind of was like racially ambiguous, you know.
kinda. Yeah.
Ambiguous.
Oh, shit.
So was that other guy too, though, the dude from RoboCop with the beard. Him and his little yappy,
Yeah.
his little yappy hand. I can't tell if that dude was Puerto Rican or Italian. Like, what are they supposed
Your
to
damn
be?
comments at the oil field were hilarious. So, well, folks, shit was.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So Kersey, spoiler, he's getting played. All right. So this guy hires him. Oh yeah, Tommy, did you notice Audrey from the first Vacation?
The daughter, the girlfriend.
Oh yeah. The daughter
Who overdoses.
Yeah, the friend of the daughter. Yeah.
Yeah, she was the first Audrey.
Nice.
And of course, she's a part of Kersey's life, so she has to die in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You got to set the tone for these Death Wish movies. Kill the woman right away.
Yep.
At least one of them.
Yeah, at least one of them. Yeah, there's a bookend fucking murders of the fucking women.
Yeah.
Life.
Yeah. If someone just came in at this point, it just sounded very bad.
Why
He's like, women, kill all of them.
Somebody gets to know Clancy. There's some dead women, daughters. I mean,
So,
raping going on. I mean, what's going on with this guy? Bad shit just follows him.
Yeah,
Well,
I
they
know.
have to
He
do
doesn't
in the
have-
movie.
He can't tell whatever girl he gets involved with what happened with his girlfriend.
No, that's what the continuity experts of the film are doing. They're like taking a check every 15 minutes of film to see if some woman in Kersey's life is still alive. Like, oh, no, this bitch is. They're like, oh, we missed one at the end of the movie. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
they saved his girlfriend for the very end.
My only complaint with this is they should have a roulette wheel when they were doing these films to determine how she's dying. Is it going to be a grape first, or is it going to be a knife, a gun? Like they should have a roulette wheel. They should mix it up a little bit.
Punched in the face and sent downhill in a moving car. That's as complicated as that sounds. It actually happened in the third.
I mean, maybe we could have even got a machine. We could have got a Padme Amidala ending. She just died from a broken heart from being raped.
It didn't have the will to survive.
Like the daughter in the second one, basically.
The second, the girlfriend that leaves him when she sees that was the second one. She doesn't die, does she? She stays.
No, she's the only one because she got away from him.
Yeah, she got the hell away.
Yeah. She fucking fled town. I guess I'm not engaged anymore. Like he got engaged, and then like 2 scenes later, after all the murders at the end, that's when she decided to put the ring on the table and just leave him.
Paul ass, exit stage left.
But I'd say this woman that in his this girl and the girl from part 3 were the best looking of his love interest.
Yeah. Pretty on.
Would they be called the Death Grape Wish harem at this point?
Pretty much.
All right. Well, the one in part 3 didn't get graped, and the one in this one didn't get graped.
No,
that's why a point was deducted.
This one lost grape points with everybody on the panel. It seems.
There's going to be a very slim pickings for the grapies on this one.
I mean, we get the opening with the dream grape.
Yeah, but it didn't even really happen though, because it was
a dream grape.
Dream grape.
It's a dream. Instead of grape, it was a dream grape.
Just saying, they could have brought in Doc and we're the dream grapers.
Well, and again, you knew there wasn't much up top. It was all legs. So, I mean, we got the best of both worlds. And then he wakes up going, I was dreaming of a grapesicle.
Yeah.
All right, but when he's dreaming and he shoots the fucking killers, one of the killers is him. Like he takes his mask off and
he rolls
him.
over.
They pulled the Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah. Empire. I loved it. But again, it was funny because until if you're going to see this the first time and you're watching it, it's so him, right? He's taking him out. But as we were watching her trying to start the car, look, there's one. Look,
she looks down.
And you said,
like,
that was hilarious.
There's another one. I'm gonna.
It's like a Looney Tunes episode. Every time she looks up, there's a new one standing there.
Yeah, dude. So she's like trying to start the engine, and then she looks down at it, and, woo, 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 and then she looks forward, and there's this guy in the spotlight. And we're like, oh, okay. So she looks down again, woo, 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 looks up, and now there's two guys. And I said something like, oh my God, if there's a fucking third one, I'm going to lose it. She looks down again, and there's a third one. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
You're like, quit looking down, bitch.
And then what happens the next time she looks up? Poof, they're gone.
RR coming in with the Grapers Strike Back. And here's another thing about that scene with the guys with the mask. That is very reminiscent of another movie, Sylvester Stallone. Cobra.
Yeah, that part reminded me of Cobra.
Yeah,
absolutely reminded, because he had the stocking over his face. He had the same jacket. Yeah, that was another one where all those fucking murders were going on in these underground parking lots, right? What's with these underground parking lots in movies? The shit in the world goes down.
Well, remember when we took our trip out to Coney Island and we were at that one little mini parking lot?
That place looked like Grape Central. That entrance, to the subway. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God! And it looks like they won't discriminate, even if you're a dude.
I'm pretty sure that was called Graper's Corner, but I could be mistaken.
Grape Central Station.
What you're saying is, avoid, you better be wearing Vaseline.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're standing in there, we're filming, and he's like, yeah, let's stand back to back, just in case.
Holy shit.
And it was daytime, too.
Wow.
Well, that's always horror stories I used to hear about Coney Island anyway. I used to hear about, like, people, like, dragging girls under the fucking boardwalk and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why they closed the under part of the boardwalk up.
Good for them fucking smartening up.
Yeah. I wonder how long it took them to actually do that.
Well, in the 70s they didn't because they filmed that movie. So it was still there then.
This is true. Crazy.
But whenever a fucking girl was telling me, he's like, oh, I went to Coney Island. I was like, holy shit, you didn't get pulled under the boardwalk, did you? Like, then I realized, she's not crying. Okay.
Right. Wait, you went and you survived?
I didn't think that was possible.
Look at it this way. This kind of breaks it down, makes it easier if you wind up meeting up with a chick who's, more your age and everything. Hey, you never went to Coney Island like in the early 80s or anything, did you? And she says yes, like, fuck that.
The fucking the beaches in the 80s, at least here in New York, were disgusting. It wasn't until the 90s where they started cleaning up the beaches, because the beaches around here are hypodermic needles all over the fucking place.
Yep.
It's like, I want to go to the beach and shoot up. Like,
involuntarily Manhattan now.
Yeah, right. I mean, that's everywhere now, and each side, anyhow.
Yep.
Cali, New York.
Yeah. Speaking of that, speaking of the shooting up, this is the fucking this is the Nancy Reagan death wish. This is the fucking don't do drugs death wish.
Oh, big time, man!
You're heavy anti-drug propaganda in the 80s, and we don't get it anymore.
Throwing bags of cocaine at him before he shoots him.
That guy in the office.
Awesome. How many kids you killing? He's like, what? I'm just making some money. He's just like putting holes in this guy.
Yeah.
He's the kid.
Oh, it was hilarious though.
Now they're doing commercials promoting that the kids should get drugs with their teeth swinging in a commercial.
Right?
Dude, you could go to the pharmacy and get that shit to prevent your fucking your fentanyl overdose. What is it, Narcan or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're like, free Narcan, just ask. Like,
and that stuff used to always be locked up too.
Wow.
Can I get some free insulin up in here, please?
But then again, this is the day and age where there's vending machines with crack pipes in them. So
right,
true.
Yeah. But I got to show ID for my pump supplies.
And I remember when we were watching this movie, I fucking said to you guys that it was funny that Hollywood, some of the biggest cokeheads you've ever fucking known,
ever
push anti-drug propaganda on the masses.
Well, they wanted it just for them.
Yeah, they wanted all the coke. They didn't want to share with the peasants. Well, cocaine is supposed to be a rich person's drug anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, like in Showgirls.
Well, I mean, think about how many shows or movies they've done that freaking have centered just around that. I mean, freaking Scarface, Blow. You got that freaking Hulu series, Snow. There was a couple other ones.
Or you even had, it wasn't the whole thing in Goodfellas, but there was, drugs in Goodfellas.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few other shows that they did the exact same thing at, but most of them now they try to put the spin and they put the CIA and everything into it, which I don't doubt to begin with anyway. But
yeah, there's that one with Tom Cruise when he was doing the drug running on the plane.
Blow, right? Was that? Oh no, that was Johnny Depp.
Yeah. No, he was the pilot.
Yeah, what was the Tom Cruise one?
I can't remember the name of it. It was good though. I remember seeing that in theaters. I was like, oh shit, it came out a couple of years ago. But yeah, that was pretty good. And it shows you how the government was working with the cartels.
Oh, I did see the documentary about that though. That dude, Freeway Ricky Ross. Oh shit, what was it? Was it Cocaine Cowboys? I think it was called.
Was that it? Maybe that was it.
But yeah, anyway, Bush flooded the country with cocaine. So anyway, Death Wish 3.
Yeah, man, Air America. Yeah.
On a lighter note, Death Wish 4. Sorry.
All right, you said 3, so I just rolled.
Yeah, American made.
Hey, look! On this date, look, you can't. On the day Pearl Harbor happened, look, you can't pick a better day to watch this movie with a bunch of friends. Okay, the anniversary of Pearl Harbor is today.
Okay.
Yeah, it's today.
It is today.
I'm no good with dates and shit.
It was no. It was also. It's not a rib at you. It's just a fact, though. Rick Rude was born today. It's Dudley's 4th birthday. I mean, there's a lot of things that go on, but it's just we're all again. You know how I am with time, Vinny, and we're all here for a reason. Look, this was a great movie to watch on.
Wait, is Dudley one of your dogs?
Possibly.
Oh, okay. All right. I thought you were talking about Dudley from fucking Different Strokes or something.
I thought he was talking about Spike Dudley.
Spike, yeah. Because I brought up Rick Rude. Dudley do right. He's 4 today.
Dudley Moore?
Arthur on the Rock.
Yeah.
So, all right. What's the case dies from an overdose?
Yeah. It was a shame to see her go.
She's legit in like 2 scenes. Well, 3 if you count her in the morgue. Yeah, 3 scenes. There you go. Not in the morgue, in the operating room. They're trying their damnedest to fucking get that fucking. There's a doctor like sitting on this girl's chest trying to get her alive.
And that's another thing I think we miss. Most people don't do very well in the hospitals in the Death Rape Wish movies. I mean, the one in part 3 died from a broken arm. This is not a good place to go if you're in a Bronson movie.
In the first one, his wife died in the hospital too. In the first one.
Something about these hospitals, bang.
Yeah, George W., if you're listening to this, we're just kidding about your dad. He's a great guy. He was a great guy. Yeah. Totally mean this.
Bullshit.
Scumbag.
I won't miss Texas no more.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, but you're not going to shame me again. You're not going to fool me again.
Say you're from
Come on, man.
Tennessee.
Holy shit.
So anyway, so George W. Bush, some random drug dealers deal his girlfriend's daughter cocaine, and boom, next thing you know, like we don't even see her like ingest it in any sort of way.
No,
just like in the hospital.
Yeah, it's a real quick cut.
She's like in his car. They go to the arcade, and then she's in the they're in the we're in the hospital.
Yep, she gets the bag hand delivered to her by that guy from Star Trek. You guys were saying with the really bad
forehead.
forehead, bad hair, whatever the hell the guys. I never watched the shit, so I don't
The
know.
arching hairline, yeah.
Yep. And then she's in the hospital, and you got a nurse on top of her, straddling her, trying to give her, the CPR and everything. Then they shock her, and they go, "No, she's dead." And the doctor's like, "Hey, get out of the way. Let me look at her eyes." Yep, she's dead.
That nurse is on her chest saying, "Please, you got to come back to life. You may have a possibility of being an OnlyFans model eventually."
Yeah, poor
Oh, shit.
Audrey's dead.
Right.
That's the being around Paul Kersey.
Yeah.
It's the Kersey curse.
It's wild.
It strikes again.
Mm-hmm.
All because her mama had to date his ass.
Mm-hmm.
But for 2 years, she's been safe, though. They mentioned they've been together for 2 years.
It's when once the camera starts rolling, it's time for them the curse.
Yeah. I like, how like Last Action Hero was supposed to be what goes on in between the movies. Like I wonder, I'm still wondering what goes on in these years between these Death Wish movies.
Well, now in this one, he goes back though. Was he in?
Yeah, he's in LA in this one. In the third one, he was in not New York.
Right, that's what I thought. Okay,
York,
thank you for clarifying. So I mean, like we're back in New York, so it's like, okay, wait a minute.
Yeah, three was him back in New York. 4 is him back in LA.
Or 4
and
is
LA. I think in 5 it's Aspen. So
that's weird.
He moves up. He moves up. He's a high class killer in this one.
Well, he's got to get out of there. I mean, look at the trail of bodies he left in California.
New York, California. He's running out of places to go.
All these cops seem to find out about him very easily too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they hear about him on the grapevine.
Yeah.
This is true. Look at all the phones he had to tap. I mean, something's gonna slip.
He tapped 3 phones, right? He tapped 3 of their phones, 2 of their
something
phones.
like that.
Nothing beat the case of wine though.
That was
he did 2 phones in the freaking the black guy suite before he tossed them out a window.
He did 2 in the game room.
The wine thing was funny, but my favorite thing is the cocaine and fish store for your one-stop shopping.
Yeah, it was pretty great.
If you want to have a fucking nice salmon steak right after you do a couple lines,
get you like heroin and cocaine with some shrimp.
If you want to get blitzed out of your ass so that your nose is bleeding and smell like a tuna factory, this is the shit for you.
Well, isn't that how you do sushi? A line of coke, sushi, line of coke,
sushi.
They call it snow crab for a reason, right?
Basically, we've gone back to blow a lot of money and smelling like fish. Once again, we were talking about OnlyFans. I don't know how this happened.
Right? It was either that or Comiskate.
So, all right, what do you what's your guys' top kills in this one? My top kill is the fucking the going out the window and into the limousine. That
the window was fun. I like the last
the Korean
one,
guy. Oh yeah, the explosion, the grenade launcher.
That was I think that one and
that one
Danny Trejo. Those two those were fantastic. As bad as
Danny Trejo's photo.
Yeah, it was so bad but so funny at the same time.
Yeah, that Danny Trejo explosion.
But when he shoots up the fish market and then runs out of ammo, that was pretty funny.
I'm with Vinny. I think that last kill at the end where he's definitely. Like, I'm not even gonna waste bullets, and he just lobs fires the grenade from the underbarrel into the dude. It just explodes. There's just 2 smoking shoes there, basically.
I mean,
and then.
If you 2 Death Wish movies in a row where we get the end, the guy gets blown up, which is pretty satisfying death for the
Well, that's what I mean. That's what I really enjoyed. How satisfying it was. Because, if someone just killed your girlfriend or wife or whatever like that right in front of you, and you had that in your hands, would you just shoot him with the regular bullet, or would you fucking explode him?
Yeah.
Well, not only that, it was something Slasher had mentioned though, where he's like, he's grown so numb to this, he's grown so used to this.
Oh
he
yeah,
looks over at the beautiful, the oozy dead body of his girlfriend. Doesn't even bother reacting or running over to comfort, whatever. He's just like, yeah, bitch is dead, and then just blows up the dude and walks away.
Next one. Yeah.
He should have did the Murtaugh. I'm getting too old for this shit.
You know what though?
He's got little girl faces on his sleeve, and he just scratches off one.
I actually have a scene that I like more out of this, and I think it's the nuanced approach to the scene So when the dirty cop comes up to him,
Yeah,
and he has to beat on him, and he's
too.
I forget what he says, but he has a nice little one-liner. He says when he shoots him, like something like,
"Oh yeah, that was his only one-liner." Well,
Yeah,
we get the one-liner in the beginning, but that was a dream. When he goes, "Who are you?" Death. But I forgot what he said before he shot the fucking.
Yeah, no, I'm not so nice, or I could be mean or some shit like that.
or I could, not so nice.
Not so nice.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, me too, or whatever. I could be just as not nice. It was a line like that, like one of those kind of throwaway ones.
That and the Korean or the dirty cop dude had like such high blood pressure that with the bullet when he got shot in the chest, it looked like it was like an explosive round.
Oh my god!
Oh yeah.
What's
up, Carter? How you doing, bro?
Back and forth though, where he's like, "I need a name. I don't have a name. This is my job," and then he blows him the fuck away.
That was a good shot too.
Yeah.
Hey,
how you doing, man?
What's
up?
up?
Having a good Saturday, Carter?
Oh god.
Thanks for stopping in, bro.
Yeah.
We have one week left in Death Wish month.
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah,
But
I
so
don't know.
far, so
I don't
great.
know if I'm gonna touch that Bruce Willis one. I don't even know if I'm gonna bother at all because it was just disappointing just for them calling it Death Wish.
Yeah.
So I don't believe that if you make 5 fucking movies that you need to reboot it later on. Just call it something else.
Yeah.
You did 5 of these fucking movies.
Well,
Mhm.
They
remember I
might
was
as
talking
well
about.
start doing Police Academy movies again.
Well, Slasher. Remember, I was talking about. There's another movie. It's kind of done like a death, like almost kind of like Death Wish, but
Yeah.
it's called something completely different. And I heard. Now I don't know. I didn't research this one yet, but I heard that it possibly was supposed to be more in line with the original books.
But there was the other one that I was talking about too, called Death Sentence. That was actually the name of the book. And
Okay.
that shit, they did that shit in like 2007. Yeah, I was talking about this a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon instead of fucking.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yep. I remember now.
But all right, so
I did see that one.
if Death Wish was based on that book, Death Sentence, that means this book, Death Sentence, was either early 70s or late 60s.
Yeah,
So that shit had to be completely different because Death Sentence was set the year that this shit came out, like it's like in the 2000s.
Right.
Well, I don't like stuff set in modern times anyway.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Because stuff like this, it's a little bit more believable because there were no security cameras or cell phones everywhere, you know? And there were some security cameras, but it wasn't everywhere you looked, you know?
Yeah, not
Black and white and shitty. Yeah.
Just think about like what the perception was back then of what they thought the future was going to be like as opposed to what it is now.
Yeah,
I mean, other than 1984, which like hit it right on the freaking hit the nail on the freaking hit the hammer on the nail of the head. But really, like everything else is it's either like extreme dystopian future where we've taken a step backwards, or it's super peaceful, super peaceful society.
Yeah, it's either Mad Max or the Jetsons. There seems to be no in between.
Right.
I guess like Judge Dredd, Mega City 1 is supposed to be like crime like filled.
Well, yeah, but that's also apocalyptic setting too. Yeah,
because they have the desert world, the whatever they call it, the wasteland.
Yeah, the wasteland from the what they call the Sov War.
Mm-hmm. We're almost there.
Pretty close, yeah. Pretty close. But I'm still wondering why there are quite a few things that were heavily pushed back then that are not pushed today. And like I was saying with this movie, it was the anti-drug propaganda. You get none of that these days. Mm-hmm. If you watch TV back in the fucking 90s or the 80s, you were constantly getting these DARE ads. These don't use drugs commercials. God damn it. Holy shit. Video games. Where do you think this?
Winners don't use drugs.
And the opening screen of every single arcade game you would go to in the late 80s.
Uh-huh. Yep.
And you don't get that anymore. Could it be by design?
Of course. They want them. They want everyone hooked on drugs now. It's easier to control them and take them out.
Well,
you put a little fentanyl in there. Look what happened to the girl from the Family Vacation. That wasn't just an overdose of cocaine.
That was super crack.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking I forget which Cheech and Chong movie it was. It's Space Coke. You gotta try it. It's Space Coke.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that poor girl OD'd on Space Coke, and then all of a sudden, like Charles Bronson convinces her mother to. What exactly was he trying to convince? What's she trying to convince this guy to do? What was she? Was a reporter? Is that what it was?
Yeah, she's a reporter, and then wants to report on the drugs afterwards. And beforehand, I don't know. I can't even remember.
Well, she goes to the skating rink and buys crack from fucking Archie Forehead.
Archie Forehead.
Oh, Tim Russ. Yeah,
Russ.
Shuvak there. It's highly illogical.
Archie Forehead. Oh my god.
Forgot about that. Yeah, the St. Louis arch of a brow.
The St. Louis arch hairline. It's quite impressive.
Fucking 12 head.
Yeah. Oh shit.
So all right. So what? The fucking eyebrow guy. He's supposed to be Italian? Is he supposed to be Italian?
I don't know what the hell he was supposed to be.
And bearded guy. What the
Thought
fuck
he
was
was
he supposed to be?
Colombian.
All right, but yeah, that guy said something about the Colombians in front of the Colombians. Says that you can't trust the fucking Colombians in front of the Colombians. And the bearded dude from RoboCop, he got this really pissed off look on his face.
Yeah.
And then the Puerto Rican Italian, I couldn't tell what the hell he was. He was confusing the shit out of me.
Puerto Rican, Italian, Colombian drug lord.
I don't know. Like I say, look more
Luigi
Indian.
Lopez over here is confusing me.
He's got the we of the Asian in him.
Salvatore Santiago over here is really getting me confused.
Oh shit.
But that guy, I'm pretty sure I've seen that guy too, with the greasy fucking hair, with the Razor Ramon grease in his hair.
Right. They got to go to the oil yard to meet because they're all doing their hair.
He was probably.
That's why they wanted to go to the oil yard.
Yeah,
That's it.
I'm out of here, Joe. Let's go to the oil yard. Oh,
Unlimited oil.
Oh shit. He was probably one of the boyfriends that Al Bundy had to beat up.
I think you know what he might have been. He looks like that. Al would smash his face into the wall before he throws him through the door. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
He also kind of reminded me of that when we were watching that shit on ETEP's channel. Oh, what was that one where they went into that fucking house? Oh, was it Night of the Demons? Is that what it was?
Yeah, the one where she stuck the lipstick in her nipple.
Yeah, yep. Yeah.
The
guy who was supposed to be a greaser in the 1980s. He looked like that guy. I also like what you were saying, Chris. Like when they showed that part with the roller rink with the with the arcade games. Yeah, that shit. Even when you see it in movies, you're like, oh wow.
Yeah.
I can't believe this used to be the norm.
I miss that. Like people hung out. Now everybody's so isolated and they stick to their screens. Do you know how heartbreaking it is to go to a freaking park and the only people you see there are like a few adults like looking at their screens or walking their dogs?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, roller rinks were freaking amazing back in the day, dude. And arcades, oh my god.
Even though I didn't really like roller skates, I did go to the roller rink a couple times.
Yeah, dude, I love just the atmosphere. You know, if you didn't like the skating, you could hang out in the arcades, you know?
Yeah, but
I mean,
it's not just parks and everything like that. I mean, it's everywhere. I mean, even going into a freaking mall where people would be like browsing and shopping. I mean, how many? The last time I went, because we still have one mall not too far from us, like maybe 30 minutes out, Edison Mall over there in Fort Myers. Man, go in there and like 90% of the people walking around with their faces buried in their phone the entire time. Like it's just ridiculous. Like how I don't get it at all.
Yeah,
we don't even have malls anymore, dude. Around here, like I remember I got that touch screen because the freaking one mall around here lost the store.
That was crazy.
All right, this is the part of the conversation where the movie trails off when we go into mall talk. I'm not gonna lie.
Arcade games, man, that were in the movie.
I didn't grow up around malls. But when I got to go to a mall as a kid, it was a hell of an experience because I would see stores that like a store with nothing but posters.
Yep.
and you would flip through the you know how they would have them unfolded in the fucking frame, and you would flip through it. Yep.
Yeah, the big poster racks. Yeah,
I was thinking about buying one of those.
Yeah, they sell them. Yeah, we were talking about that one night with the poster racks. They still have a few of them. But back in the day, a lot of the shops that had like all the metal stuff, they always seemed to be like Oriental this or Oriental that, and they'd be loaded with heavy metal posters and blacklight stuff. Yeah. And the silk tapestries.
What we used to get around here with like those Asian candy stores and shit, or like 99-cent stores and shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
More than one of these Asian run places used to get busted because they were selling ninja weapons. Like, they would have like the swords and the shurikens and the fucking all the shit.
We had that happen too.
They would have like what's that sickle blade? The kama. Is that what
the kama.
Yeah, one of these stores had shit like that. Yes.
What's going on though? Secrets of the Past Para History. Hello,
what's up?
New subscriber.
Greetings. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, we kind of talk movies on these fucking weekend shows.
We're not talking about malls.
That's totally my fault. Totally my fault. And just remember, kids, you used to be able to smoke in the mall.
Yep.
And every single restaurant.
Smoke on an airplane.
You used to be able to smoke in the hospital.
Yeah.
This is
near
true.
The oxygen.
And nobody blew up.
In the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, I also about this movie, yes. That part where so the woman wants to do a story on children who have died like of drug involvement shit. And she says this kid's crack pipe blew up.
They get the burn victim face, the Richard Pryor face.
This was a crack pipe. It's like one of those exploding cigars.
Acme pipe.
Acme crack pipe.
Why so like when she smoked it and it blew up, was it just like her like black face blowed out with two white blinking eyes?
Like, I'm sorry, if that happened to me, and if I actually still had a breath left before I died, I'd be like, I'd give everybody permission to make fun of this because it's just too much.
No, you wouldn't. Your last words were, "Did anybody record that? Did anybody record that?"
Imagine the tombstone. It's just like a blast explosion tombstone with like two eyes.
It'll be like that fucking shit with Daffy Duck where he fucking blows himself up in front of the Talinage and he's like, I could only do this once.
As Slasher is slowly watching the light fade and his eyes are going dark, his last word will be posted to my channel.
I think even I would be laughing about it while I'm on the floor dying.
Yeah.
Only me.
Yeah. One last FU before you leave. Yeah. Man. Yeah,
Oops, my crack pipe exploded.
That sounds like a rap song, dude. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. I loved all the environments they were showing because it reminds me of things like in my youth and things that we've lost as a culture. Mm-hmm. But like, I loved watching that scene where they were doing the shootout at the roller rink because I was trying to name all of the arcade machines.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I spotted some fucking dope ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was just playing Rolling Thunder 2 on my channel 2 nights ago. I saw the fucking OG Rolling Thunder in there.
Yeah, that's the game that Sega ripped off when they made Shinobi.
Yeah, I didn't even realize the similarities until you told me that a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, there's a big to do about that. It's a shame because Rolling Thunder was like the original. You know what I mean? Like the 60s spy kind of thing.
I love that fucking game. That was one of my favorite arcade games.
Hell yeah!
Speaking of arcade games, how come we never got a Death Grape Wish arcade game?
I know
we didn't, but you know what there was though? There was a Die Hard one. It had the vector graphics, like the Saturn style one. That game was fucking awesome.
Yep. And then when they lost the brand, they made a sequel and they called it Dynamite Cop.
Oh shit! I forgot about Dynamite.
I remember one a long time ago. I think it was PS2 or something. They did a Die Hard game, and you could go floor by floor.
Yep. Yeah, there's Die Hard.
Did it have those Virtua Fighter Tekken style graphics?
Yep.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
I have
that was the arcade. There was an arcade of it too. Yeah, it was awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, I have it emulated on the Dreamcast. So the Dreamcast actually had the Dynamite Cop, which is if you play it, it's literally like Die Hard 2 in the arcade.
Well, isn't the Dreamcast one the Die Hard one? Is it Die Hard Trilogy? Is that what it's called?
That's the PS2 one.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, that's got like what Vinny was saying. Like you can go floor to floor to floor, and then it's got like other scenarios, like you're beating up people in like a lobby.
Well, I know there was a god awful NES one. It was terrible.
Yeah, well, there was a TurboGrafx one that never came out in America, and it's like
it's PC Engine.
Yeah, PC Engine, and it's like it's above head or like isometric view, and it doesn't resemble the movies in any way, shape, or form. Like you start off like as McClane in like a park shooting people.
So was he wearing that sign?
No.
To the past para history, movies, martial arts, swords, knives, histories, comic books, retro, anything you guys want to talk about, it's great with me. Well, this is the right place because all I talk about is fucking pretty much all.
So get this. I started doing some research on it. Apparently, some people, I don't know if these guys did it independently. They made Death Wish 3 as a game.
Yeah,
really. And there was also a Death Wish 3 pinball. VTX.
That's what RRR was saying. There should have been a Death Wish pinball.
There was also a Death Race 2000 pinball game.
You know, I think I remember seeing that somewhere. Not like in real life. I saw a picture of it somewhere. But they did do that right. Remember in was it the beginning of Rocky 3? Where Paulie puts the fucking the bottle through the fucking Rocky pinball machine. That was a real machine, wasn't it? That Rocky thing was actually out there, right?
I think so. Is that the one that played Eye of the Tiger?
I don't remember.
I don't remember that. I don't remember that. I do
there's
remember
one of them
the
that has
Indiana Jones one that used to play the Indiana Jones music in between you guys getting a new fucking pinball.
Yep. No, I could have sworn there's one that did the when it goes into a track mode and it does all the little like the lights and everything, you know. And then if you like start getting like there's like a bonus part when you get to like a specific part, like you got to the upper deck or whatever, it just goes din, 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 din. And then like when you lose a ball, you hear Drago go, "If he dies."
Yeah, Paulie's always drunk in those movies. We're waiting to make a Highlander game. Yeah, they never made a Highlander game, did they?
And they were working a great one to make a game based off of.
Yeah, they were working on one, and they said they were pretty far into it, and then like the money got pulled from it. The whole thing, they scrapped the whole thing. It was going to be another McLeod, I believe, or.
Dude, imagine a GTA style game. So you have like an open world
that would be fucking
game,
perfect.
and you could sense like you've got like either a like a vibration in the controller or whatever when another immortal is nearby. So you're doing like missions, and then all of a sudden it's like, here comes the freaking Kurgan or whatever. So you're like basically like cops are shooting you, it doesn't matter. But if you start taking like sword attacks or whatever, dude takes your head, and now the quickening, and you get like quickening points, you up your level.
Yeah, this is the Death Wish pinball machine. I can't get a bigger picture of it. Oh, okay.
Oh, damn.
Well, if you click over to the next one, it's actually the arcade, because I think this is a virtual one.
Oh,
but
yeah.
The next one over is actually an arcade game. In that list that I sent.
Oh shit.
Yeah. With Henry Cavill being freaking Connor McLeod, like they gotta capitalize that and make a game out of it.
Oh, okay. So they're doing it's just like a remake of the first one.
I think so. I think it's another. It's just it's Hollywood. They're
that's okay.
Originality.
Man. That guy's such a fucking good actor anyway, and he's
where's
awesome.
Where's this arcade game, Tommy?
In that private chat thing that I sent, if you click on it, and then you see the little side buttons left or right, go one to
the video game or the pinball machine.
Oh, The pinball machine. Actually,
okay.
the one I
so
sent you,
said
the first one. I'm sorry, the first one. If you click on that, it should have opened it up, but it's clicking on everything else. You got to open it.
They could have did a Death Wish game too, where they could have just given you the light gun. That would have been fine. Like a fucking like Lethal Enforcers. That would have been cool.
That would have been perfect for that property.
I thought this was an individual link that I sent. Yeah, it turns out it's a group link. So yeah, you can't get the original picture. Wait a minute. No, at the bottom of it, you hit view image. It's tiny though.
Yeah,
Jesus.
it is. Yeah.
Good God, that's stupid.
Holy shit! They're still cranking out pinball machines because I see. John Wick, Walking Dead. These are like fucking franchise.
I've seen the Walking Dead one.
Yeah, when The Walking Dead was still on AMC Live and everybody was watching it, they had a pinball thing they were promoting.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, even that company Arcade One. I mean, I think so, or One Up.
One Up.
I don't know if there's another rival company too, but even they're putting out a lot of these pinball games, but they're just making them a little bit more, I guess, house friendly size.
Or they're making them. Was it like a half or 3/4 size or whatever?
Yeah, 3/4 size.
A lot of them are digital.
And these things are fucking pricey, bro.
Well, a lot of them aren't even actual like pinball machines. They're digital pinball machines. So it's like a TV screen that you're looking down at that has like an emulated.
Oh, really?
Well, no, there's a few of them that are actually legit pinball machines.
Yeah. I've seen those, but I've seen because I was considering getting one of the Arcade One Up ones, and it said digital pinball. I'm like, I'm like, what is that?
Dude, I was in Target before I broke my damn toe, and I was playing Dig Dug. They had Dig Dug. Yeah, and dude, I was having so much fun just sitting there playing it. I cleared a few boards before I finally lost a life and said, "Okay, it's time to move on."
Here's a screenshot of the canceled Highlander game.
Oh shit!
Which they've been making for decades. They've had different runs.
Well,
going to do this.
Well, no, because it was officially canceled. But this was for PS3. It was supposed to come out.
So now, if they use Henry Cavill as the new Highlander, who's going to be the new Kurgan, like Drew McIntyre or something?
That'd be
you'd
cool.
have to have
Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman.
That guy's a beast. But yeah, there was a lot of work that was done on this fucking thing when they just went, you know what?
What's up, Nate? How you doing, bro?
Hey, did you ever see the animated series? I tried to get into it, but
it wasn't very good.
Like Adrian Paul as Duncan MacLeod, I freaking love that
animated
series.
Highlander.
Yeah, it was like a USA for kids like thing, and it
had nothing to do with Duncan, and it was just kind of
like a future.
Well, I mean that's what they were doing with everything back then. I mean, they even had a freaking Rambo cartoon.
Yeah, the Rambo cartoon I remember. The RoboCop cartoon I remember. Yeah. They did a fucking Police Academy cartoon.
Beetlejuice.
They did Beetlejuice. Bill and Ted had a cartoon.
Yep.
The Mask had a cartoon.
Godzilla.
Ace Ventura had a cartoon.
At 5 and Below, they have that little vinyl figure of the cartoon Beetlejuice.
Yep, I'd seen them. They first put them out like 3 or 4 years ago, and
I love that.
They put out Alf too.
That cartoon was awesome.
They had an Alf cartoon as well.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
when he was on Melmac. Yeah,
on YouTube.
I liked that. It was a Saturday morning cartoon.
Teen Wolf.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the fucking Teen Wolf cartoon.
Yeah, coming out to play.
Every movie ended up with a cartoon.
There was an Attack of the Killer Tomatoes cartoon.
Yep. Yeah, there's some action figures for it too.
Yeah, and Toxic Crusaders. There's the Toxic Avenger.
They're gross, but they still get girls.
But I just thought it was funny that they made Police Academy a fucking.
I know, an adult comedy,
especially that first Police Academy.
We watched all that shit. That was so
you see, RR said they also did an anime of the Highlander, and it wasn't Duncan or Connor.
That's what we were talking about.
Yeah,
it was weird. Like, so there's the anime. There was the USA cartoon one, which I think they were the same universe or the same character.
That was the anime. It was just on USA.
No, there was an anime too. There was like an anime movie.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They played it on USA. It was a season with 12 episodes, I think, if that.
Right. Oh, I thought it was just a movie.
No, it was. There was a couple.
No, I know there was the USA cartoon series, but I thought in addition to the series, there was also an anime that was just one movie, and it was like I think it even had like really bad 3D effects in it at one point.
The only anime I knew was, and being one of the biggest fans who have a sword signed by Adrian Paul and had an entire room with every sword they ever made. The only one I know about was the series, never just an anime movie.
Okay.
Other than like the source had different versions of it.
Well, or
remember the Raven?
Saying that there was just an anime movie.
Yeah.
Oh, the TV series was European.
Yeah.
Did you ever see The Raven? It was a spin-off of
that was horrible.
Yeah, it was like, hey, let's put a chick in it, and it's like, okay.
Well, it's the chick that was from the series.
It was Amanda. They were going to do it with the one chick that had huge tits and was Irish or Scottish, and it would have worked. And then instead, they went with the one,
the short hair pixie cut.
Yeah.
Well, Secrets of the Past Para History says he's 45 and remembers Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling.
Yes.
So
remember
I
the
gotta
intro?
say something about Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling. Blatant false fucking advertising. Because they were neither rock nor wrestling on that fucking cartoon.
And none of the voices were
none of them fucking got into the studio to do their own voices. Yeah. They just like whatever wrestlers, they would do like little like live action bits right before they'd start the cartoon or shit like that.
Just remember the piano song at the end where Hulk Hogan's
dun,
walking down the street.
Dun, 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 dun,
and all the kids doing, Hulk!
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, of course. That was the best part of that fucking cartoon.
Yeah.
It was like watching Heathcliff, but they replaced the characters with wrestlers.
Well, yeah, freaking Roddy Piper was like the major heel.
Yeah.
It was like Hulk Hogan and the good guys versus Roddy Piper and the bad guys.
And Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov drove around in that monster truck with the spikes on the tires.
Yep. God. And then they showed up in that Goonies Are Good Enough video from Cyndi Lauper.
Oh yeah, they're on that part where they do the pirate ship.
Yep. Man. Yeah.
They're also in the beginning too when they get out at the gas station and start yelling at them.
Yeah, Classy Freddie Blassie was there.
Yeah. Iron Sheik, Freddie Blassie, and Roddy Piper get out and start yelling at the fucking Cyndi Lauper.
Nikolai Volkov's like milking a cow in the back of a pickup.
That was just something he normally does.
Lou did his own voice. Okay.
Yeah, Captain Lou was. Yeah, well, he did Mario.
I know he did Mario. Yeah.
Oh, you were talking about the movie. The Search for Vengeance from 2007 is the animated movie they made.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cops was another awesome. Cops was fucking awesome. That shit didn't last long at all, though.
Is that the fighting crime?
Fighting crime in the future.
That was one of the best openers.
Yeah, the animation in that.
Weren't they talking about going back through again because they're doing all the retro stuff now? Weren't they talking about doing like a retro re-release of the Cops figures?
I thought I saw they did Bulletproof. I thought I saw that they remade Bulletproof. The leader.
BP Vest. Yeah,
BP Vest. Yeah, I think they did a figure of him.
I mean, because what everything else they're doing, like Street Sharks, bringing back all the well, I mean, they've been doing the Turtles and He-Man figures for a while now, but bringing like Street Sharks and all them other ones back I thought it was pretty interesting. I'm waiting to see if they bring some of those dead franchise ones back, like Centaurians and Supernaturals.
Oh, I didn't even fucking what was the first one?
Extreme.
Centaurians?
No. Before that, you said something else.
Street Sharks?
No, yeah, Street Sharks.
Street Sharks. Okay.
I didn't know Street Sharks was that popular back in the day. Like to make them.
It was awesome.
Redo them.
It really. That's the thing. For the people who liked it, it was super popular. But for overall, it wasn't because it failed really quickly, like a lot of those franchises did. And 90% of that was always marketing. I mean, if the marketing wasn't good enough, those things weren't going to hang around.
I want to see them just dig like a random one up, like just one that wasn't like Spiral Zone. I want to see them redo Spiral Zone.
Do you remember? So the Dick Wolf trilogy or whatever of cartoons, Thundercats, Silverhawks, and Tiger Sharks.
Yeah,
and like Tiger Sharks wasn't even given a full cartoon.
Even more of a failure than Silverhawks was.
Yeah, which is a shame because they're all part of the same universe. Mm-hmm. And when they did that 2011, I think it was reboot there on Cartoon Network. And they actually show at one point, like they explain how Mumra is an alien and how he basically was an invasive like force basically to that planet.
Who did you say did those cartoons? Dick Wolf? Is that the fucking Law and Order guy?
I think so. Maybe I'm wrong. I'll check it out. I'll look it up. I'm pretty sure it was Dick Wolf that did all of those.
That's the guy who did all the fucking Law and Order shows.
do.
Boo, 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 boo.
Let's see.
Dick Wolf and his girlfriend, Pussy Coyote.
Does she work for Acme?
No, she's on OnlyFans.
Oh yeah.
Character created by Tobin Wolf.
Yes, talking about Death Wish 4, start going into about the failure of Car. Why did Tiger Sharks fail so badly?
Yeah, it says here it was Tobin Wolf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It failed because Death Wish 4 didn't live up to expectations. That's why Slasher.
Hey, you know what? I want to see how much money they spent on this one and how much they made.
Your new name is Tobin.
Could have been worse.
Right.
Could have been Tubin.
Budget $5 million, box office 6.9. This didn't do too good.
Yeah.
It's a failure.
Yeah.
It's a failure.
It
If it
was
doesn't
good.
double its, if it doesn't, at least I'm sorry, not double, triple its budget, it's a failure.
Yeah.
But maybe we can bank on the VHS rentals.
Yeah.
Love VHS rentals.
You know, you're not wrong though. There was a lot of movies that absolutely failed.
Yeah,
in
that
the theaters.
survived
I mean,
because
look
of
at- right.
Look at
I
Family
mean,
Guy.
the number
DVDs
one,
brought that back.
the number one is freaking The Evil Dead. If it wasn't for
Oh, yeah.
VHS rentals, that thing
Yep.
would have been dead in the water.
Mhm.
Yeah, I never saw that one in the theater.
Yeah.
Well, there were movies that I never even heard of that if it wasn't for seeing them on the mom and pop store shelves, like I wouldn't have known of them. Because they would some of these movies got no commercials. Some of them
Yeah.
probably had no theater release at all.
Well, dude, I saw almost all of the WrestleManias we saw on VHS because I wasn't rich and like my family sucked. But like I remember watching the VHS of was it WrestleMania 3, which was mostly underwhelming except for the Savage Steamboat match. And I rewatch it, like I would re-rent it. Yeah, and like that, I think that's how I got into the wrestling stuff, other than like the Rock and Wrestling cartoon. And then
Well,
whatever I caught on
also
the
like
Saturday
it was a
morning.
lot harder to watch wrestling live because
Mhm.
those events there was no pay-per-view.
None.
So like they would have it on like closed satellite and like they would play it like you pay for a ticket and you like go and sit and watch it on
At a
big
stadium,
screen,
you
and I'm
go,
like
yeah,
or like a high school gym or some shit like that.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
even by the time they started doing the pay-per-view stuff, because my mom used to get them, because early on when they started offering pay-per-views, it was relatively cheap. It really wasn't that bad at first. It was
No, I got
under-
wrestling.
it was less than $20 a freaking
Yep.
pay-per-view.
The wrestling ones, you mean, right?
Yeah. So when she used to get those, some of those damn things, they would be almost like that Netflix shit with the Tyson fight where it started pixelating out or black out, like the early ones.
Yeah.
I remember WrestleMania 4, and like we rented that one. I'm sorry, I said 3 because Chris said 3. I had my brain. But no, 4. I remember I was able to get WrestleMania 4. That would have been about 4th grade. So, and I had all the, a bunch of us all got together and they all came to the house and whatnot because I was able to get it. But yeah, I mean, back then it was less than $20.
Yeah, I don't remember because my friend told me that he did go to the high school gym with his dad a couple times to watch the closed circuit shit. But I don't remember asking him like if they had like how much you had to pay for the tickets or whatever.
I never did tickets. I just know I got the pay-per-view because I had a paper route and I saved the money to get the fucking pay-per-view, man. I can't tell you how much it was because I don't remember. But again, I was able to, with a paper route, was able to save up the money to get the WrestleMania 4 and have a party at the house.
4 was the tournament, right? 4 was
4 was the tournament.
vacant title.
Yeah. Yep.
From
By the way,
Trump Plaza, right? That was the Trump Plaza one.
Yeah. Wasn't it?
Yeah,
I think it
pretty
was.
sure.
The so I got the updates anyway for the Highlander thing. So the TV series, which was the cartoon one, was 2 seasons. It's over on Peacock. and the Highlander: The Search for Vengeance is the anime movie.
Yeah,
And and the anime movie one is on YouTube for free. Someone posted it up.
Nice.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
I
do
remember
I have
the
to?
series was horrible. I never looked at the anime.
Yeah.
movie
I'm
because
saying
I
this,
was like,
but
fuck
this
that.
one is the character from the show, right? Not Connor.
Say that again.
Is it the character from the show? What's the character from the show's name? Duncan, right?
Duncan
Okay,
McLeod.
but it's not
is-
Connor.
From the TV series, the actual TV series was Duncan, and then the anime
It was some
series
other guy.
2 seasons was neither of them, and a guy that sounded like Ramirez.
Yeah.
And I didn't see the animated movie, so I don't know.
Yeah, it was, and it was like a sci-fi. Like he had like the trench coat and like the straps on his thighs, and
Yeah,
like
he's got a like a red bandana thing over his head too.
yeah, it was like not like it was. So for me, I actually really liked Duncan more than Connor, which is weird because I generally like the OG guys better.
Yeah. But Duncan was. But don't forget though, Connor was in there. He popped up.
Yep. Yeah, he made a lot of cameos,
Mhm.
and
Didn't they also do both of them in the last movie? Didn't they have both of them in the
2
last
movies? Yeah.
Oh, 2? Oh,
yep.
Yeah.
like I said, I never saw past Highlander 1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I loved it. I thought it was awesome.
Highlander 4 Endgame is the main Connor and him, other than what was in the series. And it was great though because anyway.
Well, here's the thing with
Mario
Endgame,
Van Peebles.
Yeah, I had that one on DVD, and it was a director's cut, so you could see the theatrical release and the director's cut. The director's cut was fantastic, except it didn't have any of like the special effects, and the theatrical release was shit. The studio tanked it on purpose. And
they did.
Yeah, they made Connor look like a joke of a character, and he gave up on life, which was wrong. Yeah.
The whole I saw it theatrical because back then we did I went and saw it that way and couldn't believe what I fucking saw. And I was like, you got to be shitting me. They would not know. This is not how the fucking and originally the trailer even showed what happens when the dude gets to 666 kills. And then the 2 good guys got to fight the evil. He's so evil the 2 Highlanders have to come together. That's what we were fucking sold on. If you look at the original trailer, the original trailer, that's why we were so hyped. Then we went and saw that movie and we were pissed.
Yeah. Yep.
And I never watched it again.
That's why
the anime was Colin and the cartoon was Quentin.
Yeah. And it was like
garbage.
Where did all these like descendants and whatever come from when it was like where I thought Highlanders were like sterile.
Strap on Highlander? What, Nate? What the hell?
Oh, because I said he had like the straps on his thighs.
Yeah.
What now? What now?
Well, they covered that in the series, though. You could carry
the fucking
if you
the Axel Braun version of Highlander.
Lars von Trier. Wait. So, Adam, you're saying that like you could.
They covered it in the series where you had to die a violent death. You could carry what would be an immortal gene, basically. But if you don't die a horrible death, then you just die. You don't come back. They kind of did that in the series way back.
Weird.
Yeah, when Richie died.
Yeah. Or what? You just do that implosion with the light coming out of you? You just die.
Well, there's somebody that they're following, and like he can sense the fact that he could be an immortal, but he didn't die yet, so he's alive. Just like what he does to the bitch in the movie. Mm-hmm. Like he knew she was an immortal, so then he stabs her, Duncan, his wife. With the shitty for the 4th movie.
Yeah.
So that whole bit, like he knew she was. That's why he made her one, and that's what the whole fucking bullshit was. Well, during the series, they already covered that. And he didn't kill the kid, you know what I mean? And then they did have a violent death, and then they came back, and then, so on and so forth. And then there was like the one of the most hilarious episodes in the series was the drug episode, the anti-drug episode.
Did he shoot anybody?
Bringing it back to where we were here.
Did he shoot it? Did he go around shooting people?
I'm gonna kill them all. They can be one.
It was hilarious, though. It was so poorly done, and like crawling into the opium dens and this one dude, and then he's got to fight him, and it's just hilarious.
I'm surprised there hasn't been an opium den scene in any one of these fucking Death Wish movies we watched.
I know, right? Although Tombstone had the best.
Although there was a Bronson movie that they were telling me about. Someone was telling me about called I think it was Kinjite. I think
Kinjite, the Forbidden. Yeah,
it's the same director from Death
Michael
Wish
Winter. Oh, it's from this one. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the same director.
But yeah, it was something. What was he like busting up like fucking brothels and massage parlors or something?
I don't know. I saw it on the list of movies that he worked with. He did like 8 movies with them.
Like, there's no happy ending for you.
No, there's no director's cut, but there are multiple happy endings.
Oh shit!
Yeah. God, that was bad.
Yeah, all right. Sorry for the listeners out there who wondered how the hell we went from Death Wish 4 to talking about Highlander cartoons and Silverhawks. But it happened.
You gotta go back an hour and 10. You'll find out.
No, I honestly though, like, Death Wish is such a an American it's
probably what every single European thought an American was like.
Yeah. So why wasn't there a light gun arcade game? If you can do Lethal Enforcers,
you could have just did it and you wouldn't even had to use Bronson's likeness.
No, not at all.
Do that. Maybe you could put him on the side of the fucking cabinet, but
yeah, you just have a guy that looks like Bronson and just it's a light gun game, and it's like, you raped my wife in gun.
That's voiceover.
Game where you run around and
put your dick back in your pants.
But imagine a duck hunt, but it's shooting guys that
Lawrence Fishburne pops up.
Lawrence Fishburne with his bebop sunglasses.
The quest to kill Jeff Goldblum.
Dude, that would be the ultimate enemy.
So your intro into the game when they say, "Well, who are you? I am Pixelated Death."
Yeah.
No, dude, Jeff Goldblum would be the final boss because he's evaded Kersey this whole time.
Right?
Who are you? It's me, Mario.
It was me, Jeff Goldblum, the whole time.
Oh no, I shot him.
Now, what would be cool for a Death Wish game, right? Is like you got to do a certain thing, right? That triggers the option to unlock Jeff Goldblum as a side quest, and you got to hunt down Jeff Goldblum and avenge the first movie.
Right? Should have been the damn. If they're gonna do a remake or something, and with all this technology now, they got all the AI shit. They could bring back Charles Bronson, and then you have an aged up, Jeff Goldblum.
Shit, they were doing this in the '90s with these Coors Light commercials. They were fucking putting they were superimposing fucking John Wayne into a bunch of Coors Lights commercials in the '90s.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, somebody should definitely redo a Death Wish game. And you know how a lot of these games have that power up, clear the board special move. His special move that he taps and then Dirty Harry comes in, make my day, and just boom, blows everybody away on the screen.
I'd buy that.
Oh my god, dude, I'm surprised they've never made a Death Wish video game.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That sounded like Kane when he talked. I don't know. I didn't notice that.
Well, I was saying that there was some kind of Death Wish games, but I don't know if they were legit, branded arcade games.
Fan games or
there was a Dirty Harry NES game.
Yep.
I've got it.
Not very good.
No, but Jeff Goldblum's still out there, isn't he?
Yeah,
Jeff
Goldblum's
exactly.
Yeah, 12 years later, Jeff Goldblum is still out there.
You finally caught me, huh, Kersey? Let's do this. And he's got two was it howitzers? Mecha Goldblum,
as long as he shoots that fucking hat off his head.
Oh, my bad. It was official.
Oh, it was?
It was an official game. Yeah, it was Death Wish 3 for Commodore 64.
I was going to ask if it was a Commodore game because Commodore had games for
the
everything.
Brits did it. Yeah, the Brits freaking got it.
Commodore had games for so much shit, stuff that I even was they made.
Wait, Chris, on the emulator.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Commodore 64 isn't that difficult to emulate either. I've had some luck with it. Yeah, I'll try to find it. See if I can get it.
Oh, that'd be cool.
One of the days you got a good hand day, man. You can try to see if it's worth the crap. Might be hilarious.
What year did this come out? 1987.
87.
Bloop, 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 bloop. Yeah, freaking Commodore, man.
There was also one that says 1987 from Gremlin Graphics.
Oh, that's a legit company.
Another computer game?
Yeah. There's a couple different ones. So one is 1987 Gremlin Graphics, and then the other one 1987 Gremlin Graphics, and then the other one is 87 Moby Games.
So how was Death Wish too extreme? Death Wish was too extreme to get a fucking NES
American
game,
release.
but we could give Dirty Harry an NES game?
Well, Moby Games is a game website that tracks video games, so it's not technically a game company.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah,
all right.
I think that there's only one. So
there's only one. Now we're back in the Highlander.
No, dude. So story about Nintendo. They were probably the biggest assholes in the video game industry. And I think the reason why we probably didn't get some of these games that like Commodore 64 got was because of their stringent licensing policies with companies. Like they actually limited the number. You could only
10
have
games a year. It was 10 games a year, and then Konami cheated them by starting Ultra games. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, you know it, man. Yeah, they and that like also screwed over Sega and Atari and every other competitor because they had exclusivities where they couldn't have the same game on multiple platforms. So all the multi-plats that we see today, like, I can play it on Xbox or I can play it on Switch or whatever, or on the PS 3, 4, 5, they didn't have that back in the day. It was literally like you had to have, and you also had to go through this huge TCR, the terms, conditions, requirements, and all the weird, I don't know what the hell you'd call it, but basically they go through these tests and you'd have to get the official Nintendo seal of quality, which is basically just a fancy way of saying pay us more money to license the game. And a lot of companies toward the end of Nintendo's life or the NES's life said, screw you, and started making unofficial cartridges.
You know what? I can actually
like that.
Oh, I could testify to that because I had the Texas Instrument home computer game, or home gaming system. So it was basically a computer with a cartridge on the side, like the old Commodore 64s used to have. So you put a game cartridge in there. And that one had a bunch of games because I brought it back from a dad's house and I played it when I was a kid. There's a bunch of games in there. Say it's not Pac-Man. It's I don't know, Sphere Man or something like that.
Yeah,
it was a mock of the Pac-Man game so they could get around the licensing. Yeah.
Math Muncher. Yeah.
But they did have a few that they did directly license from them, like Miss Pac-Man, and I still have that one with the original box officially licensed for Texas Instrument. Which is weird. It's like I said, 90% of the games that I have from that, they're all unofficial games. They're all,
Yeah.
You were talking about, Chris, how how there were like exclusives. Like you wouldn't find Mario on the Master System, or you wouldn't find Alex Kidd on NES. I remember knowing that this was licensed by Sega, so you ain't gonna be seeing it on NES. But then I started seeing shit like Shinobi for NES. Alien Syndrome for NES. Yeah, Tengen. Tengen was putting out those bootleg cartridges. They weren't like they were sloped. They weren't like the regular cartridges.
Yeah, they were black too. They were.
Yeah, the cartridge was black and they had the gold label.
Yep, those are unofficial. Yeah, those are not.
I never knew that Tengen was sneaking Nintendo with that until watching a fucking Angry Video Game Nerd episode.
You should have saw what happened with freaking Tetris because of Tengen.
Well, there's like 3 different versions of Tetris.
So,
same thing with Gauntlet. There's a couple different versions of Gauntlet. There's a couple different versions of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom too.
Yeah, well, Alexei Pajitnov sold his game to Tengen for the rights to distribute it. Nintendo dealt with the Soviets to get licenses from the game, and in Soviet Russia, you don't own the products that you create.
He said it wrong. In Soviet Russia, that's
in Soviet Russia, games own you. But so what happened was there was like a hit put out and stuff like
like an actual hit.
Yeah, like Nintendo went and did the legit thing, and then or they thought they were doing the legit thing because they were dealing with the Soviets, i.e. the parasitic commies that were like stealing Alexei's work. Alexei sold it to Tengen. And when both games came to market, and there's like, why is there a Tengen version and a game, a Nintendo?
He sold the rights of Tetris to Tengen.
Yeah, so that they could distribute it on other, because it wasn't just Nintendo exclusive. It was I want to international rights for a game, and Nintendo ended up like trying to use it as their pack-in title for the Game Boy when the Game Boy came out.
Yeah.
And they're like, this is going to cost us money. Yeah, it was. And they're like, this is going to cost us money. So they actually sued and got into a huge legal spate that ended up with like people mysteriously disappearing over the Tengen thing. Yeah, like it was like I'm surprised that Alexei Pajitnov didn't get taken out in that one.
Video games got fucking Jesus Christ.
Over here in Russia, we are very serious about our games. If you try to take our intellectual property, we will take your ass. So remember that.
Here's one of the shitty games that they put out in the later years of the NES, Bible Stories.
Yeah, it was a light blue cartridge.
Yep, it was a baby. Yeah, they had a couple of those Christian games with the baby blue color on it.
Unofficial. Yep, and Nintendo would not license them.
Daydreamin' Davy, shit like that.
Yep. Moses and it's weird because there's a Rocky game on the Master System. There's
that game is so fucking hard too, man.
Yeah, and there's no Rocky games on the NES.
Yeah, there's not a single there's not even a Super Nintendo Rocky game.
No, there, that is a huge missed opportunity. Everybody remembers Punch Out and how they got the exclusive rights to do Mike Tyson Punch Out and everything like that,
Rocky.
which ended after a while. And here's a funny add into that. So I was watching this weird show I'd never seen it before. It's about the shop in New Jersey that they actually put up. They do like auctions. This is what they do. They're an auction house. They put up auctions and everything. They go through their whole rigmarole, putting everything online. They actually sold the trunks of Mike Tyson because he brought him into the shop to sell.
Oh shit, the black ones.
The trunks the black ones that he wore for that game cover. They actually sold them. But here's the huge missed opportunity right there. So they did that. Why didn't they think about going back to other movies, like going and doing a Rocky Punch Out? Like there were so many things that they could have did to extend the life of the Punch Out game.
Well,
they tend to sit on the Punch Out property and then dust it off like every 20 years or so, it seems.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can't speak for the Super NES, but for the NES, they had exclusivity, which is what I was going back to about how Nintendo were a bunch of assholes back in the
Nintendo owned Punch Out. Nintendo made Punch
but
Out.
They couldn't use the Rocky license because that would require exclusivity, and then Sega beat them to market.
Yeah, Sega had the marketing for Rocky.
Yeah, so
the Rambo, but not Rambo though, because there was a Rambo game for both systems.
And I wonder how they finagled. That probably was a result of the missed opportunity.
But they weren't the same game. I don't even think they were made by the same company.
But they had the same title. Which is within itself.
No, I think the Master System one is Rambo 3, and the NES one I think is just called Rambo.
Well, okay. Well, here to end the conversation about Sylvester Stallone. They still could have used something from Rocky. They could have had Drago's Punch Out.
Yeah,
they could have got away with that, maybe.
Clubber Lang, or Apollo Creed.
I know Stallone doesn't have the rights for Rocky. It's that other company,
which sucks.
Yeah, and
they screwed him over.
Yeah, they've been massive dicks to him.
Is it that dude?
He wrote the motherfucker.
Is it that dude Irwin Winkler?
I think so.
His name is on all the Rocky movies. Stallone hates that guy.
Yep.
I really liked the Adonis movies, dude, and it sucks that, or at least the first two. I haven't seen the third one, but like,
they made a third one.
Yeah, that's the one they screwed Stallone out of. He was supposed
I thought they stopped that too.
Oh, those Creed movies.
Yeah. And they screwed Stallone out of his own thing. That's why he didn't appear in the third one.
He chose not to because he didn't like the direction they were going.
Yep. And it's no longer his property, so he didn't have a say, like enough creative clout to be like, no, we're not making this movie this this shit.
I mean, how disgusting is that really when you think about it? I mean, here's a guy. So, I mean, if you ever watch like anything about him and his backstory, like he was doomed to be just an extra in most of these movies, like he was in Death Race 2000. Yep. So, I mean, Sylvester Stallone really wasn't going nowhere with his career. And he was basically
softcore porn, bro.
Yeah, he was told he was never going to make it, and then he said, "I'm not giving up. I'm going to write my own script." And he wrote his own script for Rocky. Found a way to get it produced and everything, and do the whole damn thing himself, basically. Mm-hmm. And it turned his whole life around. And then watch something that pretty much created his stardom. actually just get taken by other people. Boy, that the kind of shit is the shit that just drives you nuts.
Dude,
Yeah, when he was shopping it around, studios kept rejecting him because they didn't want him as the lead.
Well, that happened to Michael Jackson as well. Like he got screwed over by his record companies. They were like tanking his records and everything, and he started getting a little anti-Semitic at the end.
Club Lang Jibba Jabba.
What was Hulk? Thunder Lips?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Thunder
Lips. Yeah.
Got no time for that jibba jabba.
Those damn Jews always steal my shit.
No, dude, like they edited his song. They don't really care about us because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, their original version, I can't say it on here, but the original version went off full on Jew slurs and everything. And I was like,
it rhymes with bike, right?
This was in the lyrics.
Yeah, it was. But like the thing was he was fully justified. Like the man was getting screwed, and some say that's probably what took him out. You know.
Now for my channel's sake, now you have to let the audience know that you are one of the chosen people.
Yeah. I'm one of the small hats, everyone. Even though you're seeing a Korean here, I am what they call the immune to diversity because I've got it all. So all the Asian jokes, yep, that's me. And all the
he's it.
Yeah, leave him alone. He's a Jurian.
Yeah, my Xbox handle used to be Juke for a while, and then Microsoft caught on.
It took them forever though.
Yeah, I dude, like seriously, it didn't get me until I got the Xbox One, and I log in one day, and also I get your screen name has violated community guidelines. Here, you can't log in unless you change it. So I changed it to Xbox turn off. Yeah, they didn't like that one either.
You know, you should have told him, don't mess with me. I know cream karate.
Cream.
Yeah. My dad said you're a liar. This is the thing. Is
get into the stance and go.
Two.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm surprised in none of these Death Wish movies he didn't encounter a single karate guy. Usually in movies like this, they'll just throw in like at least one random karate guy.
Mm-hmm. Statistically speaking, Asians are less likely to be criminals.
Okay, but you had plenty of white boy karate masters.
Dude, he should have.
You had that black dude from American Ninja. He was a martial artist.
I'm just saying, Death Wish could have had so many freaking crossovers. You could have had Dirty Harry. You could have had freaking Braddock from Missing in Action. Hell, you even could have had Rambo just like traveling through the town that Bronson happens to be cleaning out at the time. Oh,
Angel First Blood.
Yeah, you could have continued Commando. You could have had a fucking John Matrix and fucking Paul Kersey team up too.
Oh shit!
You raped and kidnapped his daughter,
dude.
Then bring in the Punisher. Take your pick of which one you want. But there you go. You could even tie the Punisher. Frank.
But you know, if Death Wish was a modern day IP, if they were still using it, that it would have like crossovers. They would have
sending John McClane into the building.
Yeah,
they'd have had like
you guys ever played
Son playing fucking. They'd have had Eastwood's son playing Dirty Harry, something like that, probably.
Yeah,
there's a video game called Broforce, which is like it has every like off-brand, but they're technically like you look at them, you're like, okay, that's totally Rambo, that's totally Stallone, or that's totally I don't know. Chris is sucking up so he doesn't have any issues eating dinner. The duck, it's smiling.
Rumbo.
Yeah, I know when we were talking about the Bruce Willis one. I'm talking, but that one did they make a sequel of it? No, and they're never going to because Bruce Willis.
That's because that thing is not Death Wish. But getting back to the whole Death Wish thing and the crossovers.
Yeah, you're right.
It doesn't need to stop at people that he could team up with. You could also freaking have cop appearances in different towns where Bronson meets another person in the multiverse. So that maybe he has to deal with Murtaugh and
Mahoney
Riggs. Murtaugh and Riggs. Maybe he's got to deal with Axel Foley. Like,
don't forget Mahoney.
Or let's have Paul Kersey fucking time travel, and he could join the fucking the Resistance and fight Skynet.
I like where
Terminator
you're going
wish.
with this.
Or he goes to Metro City and he takes on
yo.
OCP next to fucking Murphy.
Hey, you made fun of me for bringing up the Terminator shit earlier.
He becomes the cop that.
No,
does
I'm
the
making a
second
joke of it. I think it would have been absolutely fucking
Oh hell
stupid.
yeah, you could so easily do it. I told you, I go, man, you're stoned. Now we just need to turn it into the Terminator. We need to do this. We're having a good time with. But man, these movies were fun. I don't care. They're cheesy, sure.
Oh yeah, they're definitely fun.
They were so good.
Definitely fun.
He replaces Carl Winslow.
They don't make them like this anymore. Even though
Yes.
Part 4 is the weakest one, it's still better than anything I'll see on fucking in the movies.
Today.
Oh, what were you saying, Brutal?
As he replaces the cop. He replaces Carl Winslow in the timeline and becomes the cop outside Nakatomi.
Oh, he becomes Pal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for Bruce McLean.
Would
Him
that,
and McLean tag teaming up.
would
Does
that
that
be
mean
a
we get a
thing?
spin-off series from Perfect Strangers where Charles Bronson shoots at Steve Urkel?
I'd pay to see that.
Little
He just
fucker
let
was trying to
himself in.
steal my Cadillac converter.
He kept showing up unannounced.
He just asked me one question before I ended his life. It was, did I do that?
All he got out was death.
After Paul Kersey goes to Chicago, he winds up in Georgia, and he winds up in Hazard County, and he has to hunt people down in Hazard County and deal with Roscoe P. Coltrane.
Yeah, Roscoe P. Coltrane and friggin' Enos.
But yeah, going back to this right here, let's see how successful this was and why they decided not to make a part 2.
Mm.
It made $49.6 million on a $30 million budget.
Another
That doesn't make
abject
shit.
failure.
Yeah.
Abject failure right there.
Well, it was awful for a Death Wish movie. It wasn't
Shouldn't have
Death
called
Wish.
it that. They shouldn't have called it that.
Nope.
Nope.
It was fine if it didn't say Death Wish.
Yep.
It could be Wish
Yep.
Death. And
Yeah,
it would have been
exactly,
fine
exactly.
because he should have been wishing death.
That's
for
exactly how I felt about it's the same way I felt about the RoboCop remake.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I watched it and I honestly was like, you know,
Didn't
if
hate
they
it.
would have just blatantly ripped off RoboCop and called it like Cyber Officer, this wouldn't be so bad. But they
Cyber Cop.
yeah,
Bruce Willis in Wishing for Death.
I watched that Bruce Willis Death Wish, and I didn't care for it myself. I did not like it at all. But I just watched some other movie, and he's a cop in it, but he gets suspended. Him and his partner. Jesus, what the hell's that damn black dude? The one that had a stroke, the black guy that had a stroke, the comedian, and then he came back.
Jamie Foxx.
No, begins with an M.
are you talking about the Last Boy Scout?
No.
Damon
Just
Wayans?
something a little bit. No, just something a little bit more modern. Damn it, his name has got an M in it, and I'm blanking on his freaking name. Shit, I can't think of his damn name. Anyway, no. Anyway, so he's dealing with these drug cartels, and it's like Mexican mafia and shit like that.
Mhm.
And he has a baseball card that they steal, a very expensive base card. And at the end, his partner, the black dude, God, I feel horrible. I forget his damn name, but he went to shoot the bad guy.
Out?
Yes.
Oh,
Kevin
Tracy
Smith.
Morgan.
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 I knew it was an M. So yeah, I
Yeah.
found that more entertaining than the
That was good. And sadly, the the director was Kevin Smith.
Kevin Smith.
Yeah, Kevin
yeah.
Smith hates Bruce Willis because of that movie.
Yeah, that's the one that did it. He almost left the industry altogether.
What up, Bone? It's even Bones
What's up,
laughing
Bone?
at Bernie Mac.
How you doing, Bone?
What's up, bro?
We're kind of talking about Death Wish.
Kind of, sort of.
Kind of.
With
Occasionally.
Tracy Morgan.
Yeah, but we're specifically
I'm gonna
pointing out
get
at this moment how
everybody
bad that
pregnant.
remake was.
I'm gonna sue you. You kick my wife in the face.
Y'all gonna get pregnant.
What the hell?
He used to say that. He's like, I'm gonna get everybody pregnant.
Oh
Yeah,
my
he
god.
And he broke
Now look at him.
his stomach. He had a funny series though after the Walmart thing when he won all that money. It wasn't. He didn't get a stroke. He got hit by
He
a
got
Walmart
like,
truck.
he got hit by a truck.
They tried to cause him to have one.
Yeah. I think he got like $500 million or something.
So speaking of somebody who's probably on a death wish, probably why we ain't seeing him doing a lot of stuff is old Jamie Foxx, huh?
Oh yeah.
I think he pops up in like those gambling site commercials still.
Right.
Gambling site commercials.
Yeah, he's doing like Sports Kings or whatever that shit is, like one of those.
Funny during tough times for everyone. All I see is a lot of gambling.
Yeah, a whole fucking lot of
that's what
gambling
happens.
commercials now. They replaced the anti-drug propaganda from this with gambling commercials.
Gambling commercial.
Yeah, when the economy gets bad, you'll see a rise in like prostitution, cheap entertainment, and gambling stuff.
Well, that's
And
2020
alcohol.
to 2024.
And crime.
Yeah. Yep.
In crime.
In
That's why you gotta
crime.
shoot
So we have
people.
to shoot him.
Remember, boys and girls, cocaine is a hell of a drug.
So,
Yeah, isn't that?
what is it? What?
Hell of a drug. I still to the movie. I love it when he's throwing all that cocaine at that motherfucker before he blows him away.
And he's giving him an anti-drug "this kills kids" speech while he's doing it.
How many kids you kill with this shit?
I don't even know who that kid is.
So what I was saying before about how we don't get the anti-drug propaganda, we also don't get the keep your kids safe propaganda that we used to get in the 80s and 90s too. Has anyone noticed that?
Who are the people
Well,
in
that's
your
because every
neighborhood?
parent. Well, every parent now is a freaking either a helicopter parent or they're so negligent that they just give their kid a freaking iPhone or something and the kid just vegetates in a corner.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody goes out anymore.
All right, well, where are you gonna go buy your drugs? According to this Death Wish movie, you still gotta go to this, you gotta go out
You
to
gotta
buy
go
your
to
drugs.
the roller rink, and you gotta go to the fair, and the
I mean, I do
arcade.
know there are drug dealers that deliver to you, but not all drug dealers.
DoorDash.
Well, I mean, these days you just go to the local dispensary, right?
Yeah, but can you get fucking crack rocks at a fucking weed dispensary? I don't think you
I'm
can.
just saying, though.
I've never stepped foot into a weed dispensary. Have they upped their game?
I mean, but if you think about it, right, you go from 87. This is that style of movie, but in 2024, you literally can just go to the dispensary and get weed.
Crack was also basically crack was what about? Well, there was always freebasing, but crack itself was it 85 when it first started hitting big?
I mean, it was early 80s, and then the crack, and then the heroin was the all
heroin was more 90s than a.
Yep.
I know. I remember
it kind of went
heroin
from
use was
coke
very
into
heavy in the
heroin.
90s.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, as it changed, it changed, patterns as well. And then like nowadays, it's the shit with fentanyl. And it's like crazy when you look at I remember working for Kodak and the throwaway cameras, and we had a way to dispose of the batteries so the meth heads couldn't get it. I'm like, if you got to go through all that shit to no, sorry, no.
Yeah, this is another thing too. So, we don't get a shit ton of anti-drug commercials like we used to, but we get a shit ton of alcohol ads these days. And we get a shit ton of celebrities in these fucking alcohol commercials too.
Mm.
Oh yeah, they're all evil.
Well, remember the big thing for a while there was all about anti-smoking ads all over the place.
They still do it. They still do it.
Yeah,
Like
but
commercials and shit, right?
Yeah, but what's coming up now? It's going to be all about vaping and the dangers of vaping.
They're doing that already.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They've been doing the vaping shit for years.
Popcorn
now.
lung.
I've seen a drug commercial recently, and it was
An anti-drug commercial or a pro-drug commercial?
anti
Cocaine, you gotta try it.
Anti-weed, anti-marijuana commercial saying that
okay.
all it takes is one hit. No, it takes more than that. But but no, like it made me laugh because
Wait, I never said the heroin.
exactly
The
wrong
heroin,
kind of heroin.
a little bit of the heroin.
The heroin. No, that was Adam.
But I think it depends on your state. Because here, that's just it. That's one of the things they bitch about because I've got the Holy Rollers, and it took forever to get Sunday sales on alcohol, which made no fucking sense because I just walk across the street to the Michigan line and go buy what I want, literally, and then walk back across the street.
Is there a cocaine and fish store in that neighborhood?
Fish stores, yes, cocaine, Coca-Cola. with the high fructose corn
Get
syrup.
your cocaine, get your fish, get your cocaine.
But yeah, I mean, it's not that complicated anymore.
I'll take
like
some
what it was.
catfish and an 8-ball, please.
Well, I mean that then you just order the I don't know fish. I don't eat that nasty shit. Sorry. I don't do cocaine either. So But-
It's flounder.
I want some ass high, and I want to get my ass high.
Yeah.
but
Hey,
having
you know,
watched this-
here at the fish store, we are running a special this week. You can get a wonderfully seasoned rainbow trout with a little bit of hair on with it.
her hair on it. Woo! But yeah, I mean, think about it, right? Like back in that time frame, 87 versus where we are today. You never would have thought we'd be where we are today.
Mm-hmm.
There
You know.
wasn't even like, all right, in the 80s, they even like, I guess it was like they were trying to like ease up from the Cheech and Chong era. So they like you didn't get all the weed humor in movies like you get in the 90s. In the 90s, the weed humor was all over the place in movies.
Yeah.
In the
That's
90s, you
big.
had it like sprinkled throughout. Like
Yeah.
I remember The Breakfast Club.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Vacation. There's like very few movies.
Yeah.
And also, it's not the forefront of the movie. You know, like
No,
weed isn't the
not
main
broken
thing
shit.
of the movie.
Like Harold and Kumar, for example.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or fucking.
Which was hilarious, by the way.
Like,
Half
Pineapple
Baked.
Express.
yeah, half baked.
Half-Baked.
Jay and anything involving Jay and
Yeah,
Silent
Jay and
Bob.
Silent
How high?
Yeah,
How high? Yeah, man. Good burger.
Good Burger. They were smoking weed in Good Burger.
I don't know. I was stoned when I watched it. It was a funny movie.
Yes, I ever saw that one.
But you know, yeah, man, it's just funny to see though. Look at the movies we have coming out nowadays. They couldn't make this kind of a Death Wish movie. I mean, even the remake they made, again, it should have been Wish Death.
Yeah.
But
Wishing
Well, we
it
did
was
get the Wick movies, and I mean that's pretty fucking violent and crazy.
Yeah.
it is. But again, it wasn't after the cocaine drug dealers.
Oh no, that's true. Yeah.
I mean, and again, it's its own thing. And look at who was in it and why it got done the way it did. Again, with the act, it has to do with the actor, the cat, and people wanting the shit done right. When you get the right people together.
Yeah, it's
so
a different kind of movie altogether.
yeah, I mean, we were this close to finally having a Superman with a Henry Cavill. I mean, this a real because the first movie wasn't a Superman, and again, we
No.
were
It was the same thing with Death Wish. Like the Bruce Willis Death Wish wasn't Death Wish. That fucking Man of Steel
He was
shit
like a
wasn't
doctor
Superman.
and shit.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Why you get whiny
I mean,
Superman?
like there were bits of the movie. I'm not gonna lie that I did enjoy. Like, oh, you're
Mm-hmm.
the ice cream man, and he just gunned down the method dealer. Like that was great. And then like he didn't know how to shoot the gun right, so it cut his hand. That shit was hilarious. Like I'm not gonna lie, there were bits and pieces that made me laugh, but it didn't feel like Death Wish at all. It just didn't. You know, a modern take on it just for me didn't work. But this, watching these again, excuse me, this was perfect.
You can't redo these. You can't.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
These were fine the way it was, and they made 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'd say when you make 5 of something, there is no need to fucking try and dust it off to get some nostalgia bucks from the fucking.
You know,
dwindling
back
audience.
then,
You told
five
that
seemed
story.
to be the magic number for a lot of those movies too, because the Dirty Harry series was 5 movies as well.
Yep.
Oh no shit.
Rambo in total was what? How many did they do past 3?
There
5.
was Rambo. Wait,
The last
there
one was 5.
Last Blood.
Yeah, that's number 5.
Oh shit.
Nice.
All right. So what are they up to with Terminators? They got to be at probably like 5 or 6, right?
I forget how many that is.
So there's Terminator, Terminator 2 Judgment Day, Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines,
Salvation.
Terminator Salvation, and then Terminator with what's her face from
Genesis.
fucking
6.
Terminator Genesis with fucking
So-
Daenerys.
Yeah, so it's-
And then it stops.
6 of 'em.
After that, there's
Yeah, and
we
then
got
whatever
the
that
Wolf 9000.
abomination lesbo crap was,
Yeah.
where they
Mhm.
kill off John Connor.
Yep.
Dude, that murdered that franchise.
Yep.
Like, it retroactively made me not want to watch the previous films because it pissed me off that much.
Yep.
See, there's, you know what? Boom, there's something they could do. That's already been done in the comics. RoboCop versus Terminator.
Yeah.
That'd be
You
great.
already did that in the fucking comics. Why not
Mhm.
fucking do it now?
I'd love to see some Ed 209s go against some of the Terminator stuff, man.
And then with that alone, you could reboot everything. With that alone, you could fucking give new life to everything.
Well, has anybody seen the anime Terminator thing that was on Netflix?
No. Was it any good?
Yes, it was actually really good.
Yeah. I was getting ready. Okay, good.
Do they have a dub version?
A what?
I don't know.
Dub version? Because I was only able to see it in Japanese.
No, I saw it in English.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. What's his face from Deadwood? The sheriff. He does the voice of the Terminator.
The Irish guy.
Timothy Oliphant.
Oh
yeah.
Oliphant.
Yeah, I was starting to watch the first episode, and I was like, "Well, this doesn't look too bad." I was like, "Well, I asked everybody to see if anybody had seen it yet."
It was really good actually. I saw it. Yeah, someone told me about it. I'm like, okay, I'll check it out. And I was like, holy shit, this is really fucking good.
It popped up as like a recommendation after what we were watching, so I was like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah,
so all right.
That's worth it. Yeah.
You know what? We were talking about 5 there for a short minute, and I'm actually kind of surprised that one of the franchises didn't get 5 movies. It ended at a trilogy. Was the Missing in Action series?
Oh, they did more than 3 Delta Force movies, though, right? They did. I know there was more than 1 Delta Force movie, so he milked that at least. But yeah, Nate, I know that the RoboCop vs Terminator. I had it for Genesis.
Yep. Hell yeah.
That's awesome.
But yeah, they could just fucking do that. Since they're so hell bent on fucking digging up the graves of past fucking great franchises and desecrating the corpse, why don't you just fucking do something good? How about you do the RoboCop versus Terminator series exactly like the comic book was?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. How about that?
Well, that would be actually wanting to do something good, though, not destroy everything and leave us with nothing.
Well, see, I mean, and that's where you run into the problem. So a lot of these people, they don't care about the canon and everything like that. And one of the main antagonists I bring up that for me is Michael Bay and his shitty ass fucking job of trying to represent Transformers on screen. He did a horrible job. He didn't care about the franchise either. Didn't know nothing about it. He just said, I just want to do big explosions and people are going to give me money for big explosions. Ha, ha, ha.
And
that's exactly what he did. But I mean, you get a few that actually paid attention. I hate to bring this guy's name up because he's done so many things bad in the past. And Vinny has one other movie that he said he did really well. But I think Snyder actually did a really good job with The Watchmen.
Yeah.
Granted, what continued after that with that series they had was absolute trash. Because I watched part of one episode and turned it off. I was like, this is trash.
But I did the same thing. One episode and that was it. Yeah.
The Watchmen movie did so well that they've released 3 other versions of that movie now. So they released what they call the final cut, which has all the animated scenes for the Black Freighter. They also did actually it's 5 now because then they did just they did just the animated Black Freighter from the movie. Then they did a stop.
Oh yeah, I remember when they put
like the comic. Then they did a stop animation, was like the comic, and now they just put out another one that's full animation, but it kind of follows. It looks like it might be following in between the movie and the comic.
Yeah, these are the ones they did a little bit after the movie came out, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I got so pissed because I bought the director's cut, and then like 2 months later, I walked into I think it was Walmart or something, and on the shelf they had like what Tommy was saying, like the final cut or whatever. And it had the Black Freighter cut into it, and it was a bright yellow box. And I'm like, "What the hell did I buy then?"
Technically, hold on. There's a 6th. It's really short. I only seen it on Tubi. But do you remember in between? If you read the original Watchmen book, they added like a little in between part where it's almost like a journalistic thing talking about the what's his name, the Hooded Terror or the guy with the noose around his neck.
Oh yeah.
The Hooded Justice. So they did like a segment where they were talking about Hooded Justice. They actually put a talking like live action performance thing, talking that script through about the Hooded Justice on Tubi, and I was just dying. It's only, like I said, it's only about a half hour long, but it was pretty hilarious.
Wow,
man, yeah. I mean, as much as I'm not a fan of Moore there with his very angry Twitter stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like I you know how like he basically lambasts everybody that's like a fan of Rorschach. He was a despicable piece of shit. You weren't supposed to like him. Like He was the only one that stuck to his principles.
Yeah.
Like I liked him in the movie. Maybe he was an asshole in the book, but in the movie he was great.
Never seen the book.
Do you think I liked him at all?
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might have a pig in the collective that. Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
Never
there he is.
compromise.
You know.
Isn't it funny how those scumbags, like, they make it, right? They get all these great things that came out, and because now they become so pretentious and everything else, and it's like, yeah, now I changed my views on everything that I've written, and I hate everything. Go fuck yourself, dude.
You don't like my thing correctly.
You know what? It's like comedians now. There are so many comedians who were fucking unhinged back in the day, and now it seems like they're all trying to atone for their, in their eyes, their horrible pasts. You know.
Yeah.
You know, like the Sarah Silvermans and Jimmy Kimmels of the world. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he was never funny to begin with, and
I liked the Man Show. I did.
But Adam Carolla carried that for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say that wasn't just one or other. That was a good team up, if you will.
I heard a joke about comedians. Man was upset. Doctor tells him, go see comedian Pavarotti in town. Funny comedian. Great clown. Man says, Doctor, I am Pavarotti.
Yeah.
Never compromise.
Oh, yeah.
No, I really liked, what's his name? Jackie Earl. I can't remember the actor, but he nailed that role for me. Like I really
the
liked
redheaded guy.
Yeah, they're like, well, because like Moore was like, you're not supposed to like him. He's an asshole and he's a racist and he's this and that. And it's like, he doesn't compromise his ideals, which means he's, moralistically rigid. I don't have a problem with that as long as your morals
made
don't
him
cross with
racist?
mine.
What exactly part in Watchmen made him racist?
Right?
Well,
Trying to take out.
I know.
Digging up stuff.
There was a part
digging for stuff that isn't there.
Well, there's a part in the movie where he basically explains how the female Matador character and her girlfriend die, and he's like, well, they're just casualties of their own degenerate lifestyle, and it's like, yeah, that's a very conservative view of that. You know what I mean? And they're like, oh, he's a homophobe and whatever, and it's like, is he wrong?
I'm saying, what made it racist, though?
Dude, if you're white and you breathe wrong, you're racist these days.
Rorschach was also a ginger, so that automatically gives him racist.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Being soulless and all.
He's a ginger.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, and the comedian was not wrong.
Nope. Man. That whole movie, dude, just fit together really nicely. And I know a lot of people are like, the bomb was stupid and blaming it on Dr. Manhattan and all that stuff. But I don't know how a giant space psychic squid would have worked.
People were complaining that there was no squid. I remember that.
Yeah, I don't know if that would have worked in the movie. I mean, it probably would have looked a little funny, like a little ridiculous. Remember the weird Thundercat he had? It looked like Printer.
Yeah.
Yeah, bombastic.
Yeah, like, what the hell is that thing? And it's like, oh, that's his genetic splicing or whatever. I'm like, yeah, to a normie, they're just like, it's a purple and blue CG cat.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Did they mess up on the CG, or was it supposed to look like that? That's what they were saying. What the hell?
Mm-hmm.
and that ending where Dr. Manhattan explodes Rorschach, because Rorschach never changed. Like, it was like, the people deserve the truth. It wasn't like the way that Moore had described it in his book, where it was just this asshole that was like, I'm going to tell this because I'm an asshole. This was his moral definition from the very beginning of the movie, that the truth is more important than your feelings, is more important than sparing pain or whatever. That's why he was such an asshole, is because he was 100% truthful with everything.
Well, he says in the movie, and I mean, actually, the ending of that is actually pretty close to the original comic, because I've got a copy of it. I reread it.
Yeah,
but he says before that, he says, even in the face of Armageddon, I shall not compromise.
Yep.
Oh, Nate says the squid was in the TV show. So this is what. All right. So the show was good. It was an alternate universe. After episode 5, they made the main guy gay for no reason, and it ruined.
Oh god.
Of course.
Holy shit.
They Icemaned him.
Bobby, you're gay. What?
Well, this is news to me.
Explains the blue balls.
It's like, shit, I am? Okay. And he just goes along with it.
He's like trying to bang Shadowcat, and she's like, "You're gay." And he's like, "What?"
Wasn't he? He was going after Rogue.
Well, it was Jean Grey that did it to him. Jean Grey was the one that convinced him he's gay.
Yeah,
he got turned down one too many times from Rogue, and he decided to go hit for the other team.
But I thought Rogue and Gambit didn't they never made Rogue and Gambit like a thing for a long time? Because I remember that was during the Jim Lee era.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did Gambit dirty in the X-Men '97 cartoon.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even waste
all right.
time on that.
Before the conversation trails off into X-Men for 40 minutes.
We need Charles Bronson in
X-Men.
Oh, I almost forgot we were even talking about that movie.
Yeah. But yeah, all right.
I like it.
I did like this one. I like the way he was playing both sides against each other.
Yeah.
Also, the Vince Russo swerve at the end too.
Yeah, great rocket kill at the end, man. Again, that's got to be one of the best ways to take that guy out after Uziing your old lady to death in the back. All right, then it is a rocket for you.
I also like how after the guy reveals that he's a bad guy, after it's revealed that he's not the guy who hired him is a fraud, and you see him on a payphone, then all of a sudden he's dressed like a background character in Miami Vice.
Yeah, he was.
He even got a gold chain hanging out. He's smacking all his henchmen around.
Oh yeah, he was a quick draw bitch slap.
His pimp hand was strong. He was smacking hoes.
But yeah, I'd say you guys are probably right that was the best death. I'd say the second best would be the out the window guy. But yeah, the rocket, because you get the satisfaction of getting the main bad guy blown to fucking smithereens.
Yep.
Boom.
They'll be picking him up for weeks.
Yeah. He's not gonna go fucking hide out like where Jeff Goldblum's hiding out. Who's still out in the streets, damn it.
Right?
He becomes like an old folklore.
Some say he became a scientist.
Well, I guess you should look for a place on apartments.com.
Yeah, man. In Death Wish World, Jeff Goldblum is still running the streets with Billy Corgan's father and that other guy.
Mm-hmm.
It was Horseshack from fucking Welcome Back, Kotter.
Hey, Mr. Carter.
Your nose with a rubber house.
But yeah,
what a team up that could be, though, Slasher. Rorschach and Kersey.
Rorschach and Kersey. He's shooting too many people, Paul.
One's getting away.
Yeah, I'd say watching this again for the second time, I changed my opinion. This is good. I'll give it an 8. Good action flick. Again, your standard, barely any emotion from fucking Charles Bronson at all. But hey, that's Charles Bronson.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'll say 8. What do you say, Chris?
I was originally going to give it a 9, but there were no titties, so it loses a point for the grape.
Is
I
this
deduct
the
a
first
grape
Death
point.
Wish with no titties?
I think so.
Well, we were about to get them, and then
Yeah, denied. So yeah, I really like this one. I was expecting it to be a lot worse than it was, and like coming in with tempered expectations, they were all blown away. I loved all of the kills. My top 3: the explosion, the Korean dirty officer where he gets shot through the drafting table and then his heart just explodes, and then the pusher who gets knocked onto the bumper car roof.
Yeah, he gets the electroshock.
Yeah, that was all of them. Like these were serious horror movie kills. Like they were that good. They all felt satisfying, and it was how is he going to kill his next victim? And you're rooting for him. You're actually okay, how is he going to mess this guy up? And I like that about the movie. Like, I actually was invested and I was actually paying attention. There wasn't a single moment where I was looking down at my phone or anything. So 8 for me.
2 8s. 2 8s. What do you say, Vinny?
I say solid 9. I really,
nice.
I enjoyed this one for sure. Sure, titties would have helped. Would have definitely at least gotten a half a point on that, but it was very satisfying, and even the pacing of the movie, and again, how he played the other sides, and his body count was really high in this one too. I enjoyed that.
That oil field scene where he only had to shoot like 3 people, and then the rest of them get all trigger happy and start shooting each other. I was saying from the beginning, he should just let them let them all off themselves.
There was a lot of great moments, but it's the line in the beginning that sealed it anyway.
What? Who are you?
I am dead. So definitely a 9 on that. That was solid.
What do you say, Tommy?
Well, nothing is going to beat part 3. 9.5. That's for me. That's the pinnacle of these movies. This one, it's fun. I mean, it's definitely a standard Charles Bronson type of freaking movie, especially with the Death Wish franchise. And most of the kills are they're pretty standard for what he does. Nothing really that crazy or out of the ordinary because he already did a blow up scene in 3, so that was out of the way already. So
the exploding wine bottle wasn't anything.
Yeah, I mean, like him throwing that big giant explosive device into the freaking powder room was kind of fun and everything. But even then, this was not capturing the glory of the last one. I like the villain in that one a lot more. So I'm gonna say this one is an 8. And it's very close to getting a 7.5. I mean, there's a few good scenes, like I said, with when he takes out the crooked cop from underneath the desk. I like that. Like, I was already prepared for this. You just let this guy talk his moment out, and then I'll blow him away. I like that. I thought that was good. Now, I think there was a few things that probably could have made this a little bit better, but I mean, it is what it is.
It's isn't it?
Yeah, you're not going to get top notch every time. I think there should have been more grapes. This movie could have tried to go for the grapies. Hey, it could have went for the grapies, but we don't have any award to give out for this one, so. That's why this one's sitting at an 8.
What do you say, Brutal?
Oh gosh, I'll give it a good 8 because it was really intense and stuff, but it was like over too soon, man.
All these Death Wish movies go pretty fucking quick.
Yeah, they do.
It was good intensity and stuff, but it was like, it was over too soon. Like by the time it's like that's it.
I want more.
Yeah. But no, it was good stuff. He was doing it like he was kind of like he had it down to a science this time.
Oh, yeah, he spent 3 movies previously fucking doing this shit.
Yeah, he's got it down to just like cut and dry now.
When they're driving back from the funeral and she's going on about everything that happened, and he pulls over. He's like, "You don't think I know how it feels?" It's like, yeah, we all know. We all know.
Don't make me shoot you too.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
He's like, "You don't even have to go very far. We're in the cemetery."
Oh.
What do you give this, Adam?
All I know is I love the opening. I love the fact that first off, she's got legs, so we knew we weren't getting no titties, and then we go from that to starting the car and looking up, and there's 1, and no, there's 2. Oh shit, now there's 3, and no, there's none, and oh gee, everything's fine. Well, what'd you think was gonna? I mean, it was just hilarious.
I love like flush up against the window. He saw his nose squished up against the window.
But I mean, it had me dying, and then him shooting himself. Very, very Empire, and then him waking up. And I mean, I'm sorry, it just for me that just and again, this is the first time I've seen it not on TV, so. There was stuff that I got to see that I didn't get to see before that makes a lot more sense now. But yeah, no, I mean, I love these movies. These are all Americana to me. This. I'm gonna go definitely. This is definitely an 8.5. all around. It could have used definitely more than a dream grape. And I mean, when we're talking Death Wish here, there's got to be more. But again, this was the drug era. This was they're de-escalating him being as masculine. This time he's just popping off, pillheads. And
this was him concentrating on drugs instead of grape.
Yeah. So I mean, and again, at this point, we're 4 movies in. You can't do the exact. I mean, again, the first movie, the best between the first and the second too is how she goes through all of it. She jumped through a fucking window and ends up getting speared.
Yeah,
but
after she got
this one, you've got the fish and again Uzis, and I'm looking at it through what we get from the different movies and the angles and the shots and the kills, and this one definitely has a lot more fun kills in it. I think we get limousine guys and they're flying and they're frying. They're getting shot up with fish and cocaine and
yep.
Again, turning the gangsters on each other, so you just got to shoot what's left, and at the end, you blow the motherfucker up with a rocket. I mean, who isn't happy? Again, on this day of Pearl Harbor having happened, yeah, man, I'm taking this all day long. This is perfect. Good way to end a long night.
Oh, high marks for this one all around.
Yeah, dude, this was a really good movie.
Yeah, 2, 3, and 4. I've enjoyed the shit out of. I mean, the first one was good too, but yeah, these in the middle were so fucking great.
Because the first one was the least cartoonish of all of them.
Yep.
The only cartoonish thing about part 1 was the way Jeff Goldblum and the other guys were acting. That was it. Everything else was just like dead straight. Like everything was played as fucking straight faced as possible in that one.
Well, it almost felt like a prologue. Like it almost felt like you could watch 1 and 2 together as one big movie.
Yeah,
I kind of 2 it got a little over the top because they were still acting like the gang in part 2 was still acting as goofy as the gang was in part 1. But the thing was with them in part 1, all you see is them in the beginning. So that taking them out of the movie takes away the cartoonish aspect. In part 2, these guys were throughout the whole movie.
Yep.
Oh, they're very grapey the whole movie.
Oh, God, they couldn't stop.
They spray painted bottles.
Keep it in their pants.
Oh,
so I shot him.
What an
Yeah, thank you guys for joining me for this.
Hell yeah, man! Thanks for the invite. This was awesome.
Man. You want to throw your link in the chat?
Oh hell
YouTube,
yeah,
Vinny.
Let me dig it up. You can find me on Twitter at Infinitail Comic, where generally I'll make posts about my my graphic novel series, Infinitail Chronicles. That's a fantasy series that harkens back to the 90s fantasy cartoons or fantasy in general. In addition to that, we have the sign-up page for the pre-launch for Book 2. Book 1's already available on Amazon, and this is our crowdfunding opportunity for Book 2. And we've got enough signatures, so we're going to hopefully be launching at the end of February, beginning of March. And then it's onward to Book 3. And thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, man. Thanks for chilling for Death Wish month.
Hell yeah.
Vinny.
Yeah, man. Thanks for everything too, man. Yeah, this was a blast as always. Hold on, let me change my icon. There we go. I didn't even realize. Oh shit! Yeah, no, these are always great. But yeah, man, and fun hanging out with everybody. Yeah, tomorrow night, tune in for the Sunday Roundtable. I'm going to be covering. My goal is to stay on YouTube tomorrow, and I'll kick anyone who causes trouble regarding that because I want to actually have content for it. So, but yeah, I'm covering Arcane. We're doing the first 3 episodes. I know we got Adam, Trina, maybe Tina, and I think Tony's going to be popping in. So yeah, if you guys want to check that out, it's a series I really enjoyed. So we'll be breaking that down. We'll probably do it for the next couple of weeks. Change it up. No more end of the world shit. Getting sick of I'd rather cover some movies and some other fun shit. So tune in for that. And of course, there's my link tree. So yeah, go jump onto my my YouTube channel from there. I got my art books, my comic books. Everything ships immediately. So and they still go out the door. Yeah, we still have time too. You can get stuff before Christmas if you order now. So yeah, I pack up everything and I get them right out the door. So first thing Monday, if anyone gets any orders in tonight or tomorrow, whatever. So yeah, thank you everybody, and yeah, as always, a blast, my friends.
Yeah, man. Thanks for chilling.
Yeah, dude.
Adam, thank you for chilling too, man.
Yeah, man, it was a blast. I'm glad you had room, and yeah, I've got to go back and rewatch 3 because I've only really
You're gonna like it. You definitely if you
on
like
the
this
TV.
one,
Well, I mean, again, I've seen
yeah.
it, man. It's just I don't count it as seeing it unless you see it, and being on TV and shit on air, that ain't really seeing it. Not doing something like
True.
this again.
Sure.
With your friends.
Like it'll be like watching Scarface on fucking regular TV.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, like a lot of these movies, I didn't get to see during the time frame because I worked and everything too. I'm not this one, obviously 87, no, but again, it's just was a lot younger. I remember this stuff being on TV. I remember commercials for these though. So yeah, it's a lot of fun to be here now and then watch it again with everybody. And again, we had a lot of fun watching it together, laughing in the background, doing bits and skits and
doing the Mystery Science Theater thing is very that's why I like watching movies with friends.
Yeah, and again, we've mainly all seen these movies before, and it's yeah, man, that's what makes it so fun though, taking the time. And again, for all those that we have lost, this is the Christmas time. Again, this is the 7th, and with history and everything that has happened to all of us, this is the time that we should kind of maybe be doing that, taking a break. It's the holiday seasons, and it's rough on everybody. We all know it is. We got stuff to look forward to, and if something bad's going to happen, and things happen, we're going to talk about it. But I do think it is a good thing to talk about the things that we all enjoy, and this movie was definitely one of them. And again, watching it with you guys and laughing our asses off, there's nowhere else I'd rather be. So thank you for hosting and doing this, brother.
Oh yeah, brutal. Yeah, man. Thanks for chilling too, man.
Yeah, man. Always a good time. Thanks for including me because I really do. I like sitting down and just enjoying some free time. So anytime I can get to do this is good time. So thanks for that.
Yeah, man.
It's good shit. Yeah, I don't know. A good score would probably be a lot of 8s and stuff going around. I'll go a good.
Everybody
solid,
at least gave it an 8. Yeah, everybody.
Yeah, I'd give it a good solid 8 because it was good fun. It was just over so. It
9.
seemed like it was over too quick.
I like. Part 3 seemed to just go really. It seemed like it was like half an hour the way it went by.
Yeah.
This one didn't seem that quick, but I don't know. The part 3 seemed really short.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course, Tommy. Thank you.
Yeah,
brother.
Oh no, I mean, I wish I could hang out with you guys in the back. Unfortunately, continuing bad luck piggy injuries is keeping me from sitting on this computer any more than I have to. But fun times hanging out with you guys and be able to talk about it afterwards. And God knows what else we'll wind up talking about because that's kind of how we do things around here. That's kind of how we do things whenever we're together online. It always
never said I was a professional.
Oh, we're professional. We're a professional at keeping the conversation completely off track at all times. And that's the way I like it. There's nothing wrong with a little bit of chaos in your movie reviewing. Because if you ain't doing a little bit of chaos when you're trying to review a movie, then what the hell are you doing? You're sitting there, you're rigid and you're probably a little underwhelming, like the old Batman, Vinny? A little underwhelming. Got to throw a little chaotic entertainment into it. But this is always a good time. Always a good time to be able to do this stuff and talk about why these movies don't need to be remade and why people should freaking go back and look at these things in their original format. I mean, there's plenty of people talking about it, but you know what? There's still a lot of people that really do think that these modern equations of what these things should be
are out there freaking absolutely decimating all the freaking media that we love. So it's important to rehash this stuff. Just let people know, hey, these things are still good. You probably forgot about it.
Yeah,
you probably remember seeing it with your dad.
The old stuff is still available to watch for a reason,
Damn right it is. Damn right it is. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I'm going to see how I'm feeling. Probably make an appearance tomorrow for a short while. I'm not really like top up on all the Arcane stuff. I kind of fell out after the first one, but yeah, is what it is. I'll see how I'm feeling for Tuesday to try to get either a guinea pig nibbling live, or God help me if somebody actually steps up for Cage Stalks and I've got to do some actual work. But other than that, we'll see everybody back on Thursday for Collectible Pass, because that's where I put the pigs to work. That's right, work, you little suckers. You're going to earn every goddamn bite of lettuce you're getting this week. Guys, all the people that are in the chat that have joined us tonight and all the ones that are going to be watching on the replay, thank you for joining us. Could have spent your time anywhere. You chose to spend it here with us. It is greatly appreciated. Leave some kind of comment. I don't care if it's just leave some thumbs up or whatever. Just leave something. It definitely helps Slasher out in the algorithm. Be sure to hit that like button as well. You all have a good one, and thanks, Slasher.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Say good night to everybody. Frank, RR. By the way, RR, I gotta find your channel so I could mod you, because you're here every week. So yeah, you might as well. I might as well throw you a wrench. Can I do it from here right now? Probably not. No.
Yeah, you have to have YouTube open at the time to do it.
Yeah. Okay. But Nate, good to see you around. Frank, my boy Frank, Cotton. Secrets is a past para history, name I never saw before, but thank you for watching this train wreck of a movie review. Bone.
Well, we put the fun in dysfunctional.
Yeah. And yeah, next week, wrap up Death Wish month with the Death Wish 5, The Face of Death. So sorry, yeah, another thing I forgot to mention. So not only do they, all right, so Death Wish 2 didn't have no subtitle to it. Death Wish 3 didn't have no subtitle to it. This one has a subtitle to it, and the next one has a subtitle to it. But they also did something weird with the numbers. Death Wish 2 is 2 with Roman numerals. Death Wish 3 is the number 3.
Yep.
Death Wish 4 is the number 4. For Death Wish 5, they go to Death Wish V.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat did that as well, the Mortal Kombat games, and it screws up when you're trying to order games, because it goes Mortal Kombat Roman numeral 2, and then
That's
Mortal
so
Kombat number 3,
That's
and
so
then
stupid.
Ultimate Mortal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Either
Oh my
stick with
god.
the Roman numerals or the regular numbers. Get it
Exactly.
together, people.
Consistency.
Charles Bronson's gonna have to shoot somebody to get you to fucking get your numbers right.
Hey,
Zombie
These things
Charles
happen.
Bronson is gonna come back and run rampant on Hollywood.
Oh shit.
But yeah, next week is the end of Death Wish month, and see everybody during the week to do some gaming streams.
Hell yeah.
All right, later, everybody.
What's up, DiBiase, punk ass bitch? Oh, motherfucker.